Listen, listen, listen. Welcome to Monday Night Toy Ramblings, where I will ramble on for maybe 3 hours because I have no topic. I have no slides. There isn't much to talk about. Not a lot of toy news, but I will try my best to make it 3 hours. I have a feeling it probably won't be too much of an issue, considering I have actually a whole page of notes of things to discuss. But anyway, let's say hi to everyone. Thank you all for joining for your weekly Monday night toy ramblings. I've had one hell of a weekend. As you can see, I put a poll in there. Please hit that poll right there. Did I say that? Hit that poll. God, you know what? What do you have to say to that?
That's what she said.
And who the hell is putting yes, I should make nice with that guy? Really, guys? Come on. The polls are nice because it keeps a better accurate read of how many people have actually been in here throughout the night. Anyway, I had to think of one considering I don't have a topic. All right, so first and foremost, today is my son's birthday. He turns 18. He's officially an adult. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you probably saw me put a post out there, or maybe you stopped watching the stuff that I put out there because people die, and oddly enough, I always do a rip for the people that die. Not everyone thinks it's funny. I think it's hilarious. Anyway, I had a wonderful weekend. It's been a strange weekend. I hope everyone else had a good weekend. We weren't on Oz's thing, unfortunately. I guess he wasn't feeling well. I was kind of reached out to me through Bud if I could do it, but that was my son's graduation. So let's just talk about my weekend. I had to go to work, like always on Friday. I pick up the tent, chairs, and tables from work, okay? It's nice to have a work where they trust you, they have the stuff, you can take it. So I take the big work van and pick it up, pick up my son, unload everything. He forgot to do laundry. He needed clothes. I throw the clothes in the washer around, I don't know, maybe 10 o'clock. Go downstairs to check on them, to throw them in the dryer. And my water inlet in the washer died. So here I am at like 11:30. Friday night. Have a party tomorrow. Clothes are wet and still soapy. On YouTube, looking up what this probably is, tear the thing apart, order the part. Next morning, go to the laundromat. You know, that is a business that everyone should invest in. $8 to do a load of a wash, and then $1.50 to dry the clothes. Just crazy. Anyway, do that. Get all that stuff done. Get home. You know, he gets ready, go to the party, get things set up at the party the whole day. And then get home probably around 11. Unfortunately, I had to miss my buddy's 50th birthday party because I was there. Like 11:30, I'm downstairs fixing the washer. And thankfully, it was a $25 part rather than having to fix the whole washer or replace the washer. Unload everything. I'm sorry. Sunday morning, get up, go pack up everything back into the work van, go home, and then went out to Sergeant Red's, which I think if you're on Instagram, I hung out there for a while. Got to chat with Dan Larson and Pixel Dan. Real fun guys. Dan Larson actually did remember me from Joe Fast, which is good. It's only a couple weeks ago. He actually knew who I was because of the sticker. It become a big show with the stickers, which they did go out. For anyone that wanted stickers, if you sent me your address, they all went out today. So if you're still interested in stickers, please send me your address to apunkwithtoys@gmail.com. Anyway, did that. My son came out there a little bit later, talked with them, and as of now, he is going to be doing filming for them when the Hardy Boys come in a couple weeks. So that's what my son wants to do. He wants to film. He wants to edit. So the first thing that I'm going to ask, because it is his birthday and how it is my channel, he has a small little YouTube. And when I mean small, all it is stuff that he's done at school. But I'm sure, hopefully, if he starts doing this stuff, he'll put more stuff up there. Please go over there and give him a subscribe. And it's all school stuff, so please, it'd be great. It's his birthday. Dog just came in. There he is. Yeah, say Roman. All right, but anyway, I can't say we got a big show, but I do have a lot to talk about. Anyway, it's been an interesting weekend. It was a lot of fun. If you have a chance to go out to some of these places that, like, we're so lucky to have Sergeant Reds here, the stuff they do, the events that they put on. He doesn't do the traveling. He doesn't want to go to other places like cons. He'd rather bring events to him, and I love that philosophy, what he's trying to do. So anyway, I've rambled on for almost 8 minutes. Let's quickly say hi to the chat. It says there's 50 of you, so there should be 50 likes. If you're not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Every single one helps. So quickly, we have Matthew Masson. Come on, hurry up already. He was here at like 8:30. We have Son of a Crayon Slayer. We have Krusty Old Crow. Clint Jorgensen. Did anyone see Punk Shout Out from Viper Island? I predict a Thursday with a friend appearance. You can predict all you want. The guy doesn't do lives, and I don't think he liked the question that I would ask him. Stanley Everhart is here. Johnny Reno, who was my guest last Thursday. Thank you very much. I had a great time with you, Johnny. I'll talk about you in a little bit when I get to that. Shark Eyes is here. We have Richard Burns, Gun Bunny Customs, GI Bro, who I just saw, got the sleeveless A Punk with Toys shirt. And if you look on my Instagram, you'll see that I shouted him out on that. That shirt was made for his guns, just so you guys all know that. We have Ronnie Trickshot is here. Cobra Commander is in the house. Let's see here. David R. J. Astro is here. Todd C. Chad N. Joe Gonsalves. I think I'm getting it right. Aaron the Toy Enhancer. Derek Holloman. Woody 222 figure addict. Odin 01, Liquid Identity 01, The Real Grievance is here. Action Figs, one of my other moderators here. We have a Brick Something. Did I say Shark Guys was already here? I do believe I did. PNC is here. Payne's Toy Sample. Papa Payne has arrived. I'm here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum. Well, we all see your pictures of the gym, and we know that you are ready to kick ass. So hey, we all know. You don't have to tell us, all right? We see it. We know. Eric Thurman is in the house. The Titan is here. Man, so many people already. This is awesome. Thank you guys all. Did I say Clint Jorgensen? I do believe that I did. The Viper Scout, who will be a guest on Thursday with a friend within the next 2 months, I believe it is. Let's see here. Snow Wolf is here. I like to get everyone in if at all possible. Let's see here. Anyone else? Man, so many names here. We have Christoph Scuba here. We have Christopher B. Already on my van and Jeep. Thank you. That is what I want to ask to of everyone that I sent the stickers out, and anyone when I start sending the stickers out, this is all that I ask. Post a picture on Instagram or in the Facebook group page, Punks with Toys, and tag me in it. I want to see it. Do not vandalize anything, though. I don't want to see it on like anyone's card that doesn't want to be on there, all right? Just tag me in the picture. Put that picture up there. I want to see it. I want everyone to know that, hey, you know what? You support this, because there's a lot of people, believe it or not, that don't like me. It's shocker, right? Allison Troy is in the house right now. Let's see here. I know someone was a channel member here. Just Another Anderson. I love that name. Happy birthday, kid. Thank you very much. I'm sure he appreciates it. We have Cobweb Collector who's been a member for 3 months. Terrence St. John. If you are a member, go down there and use that little super chat thing. Not the super chat that it costs you. Put in there a link. It tells you how long you've been a member. Go do it right now. I want to see all the members doing that right now. Realm of Toys is in the house. Machine Man. See, this is how you make it go for so long. JLS Comics is here. And Astrodamus Toys. Aaron the Toy Enhancer. I put one on my grandma's wheelchair. She will be the only grandmother with a punk with toys. But, I guess if you would have said, hey, I put it on my friend's cast, I'd say, hey, they're the only ones with it on a cast, but we already know that Krusty Old Crow put one on a kid's cast. So that was pretty cool because that kid was actually really happy. To have a punk with toys, has no idea who I am, but who cares, right? Made a little kid happy, and that's truly what it's about. All right. So, kind of went over my weekend. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. As I mentioned earlier, big shout out and thank you to Johnny Reno, Cage's Customs, for his Thursday with a Friend. I think we really got to see, he's new to actually being on screen. He had a phone that was like 20 years old, so he never did anything. So I was super excited to get him on there. So thank you very much. This week, I have Michael from Toy Habits on here. He seems super excited about it. I'm excited. I've talked to Michael before, but I really don't know his story, which I think is going to be great. Those guys, quickly here, I want to say hi to NorCal Voodoo. Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is 100. I swear I don't remember that name, so thank you for being here. Please, everyone, hit that like button, subscribe. Matthew will tell me, probably send me a screenshot. And Mr. Mad Gus is here. What I missed because a question that popped up made me cringe. Nothing. I just put it. I want to have a question. It helps me track how many people have been here throughout the night. Plastic Skulls. Jay Astro has been a member for 4 months. All right, what the hell was I saying? Oh, yeah, so Michael from Toy Habits, I know he's never been on the show before. So the one thing about, like, Toy Habits and just, some of these other guys that have bigger channels, Geek Dead Life, and you don't know a lot about them, at least from what I've seen. I feel like everyone knows me. I'm pretty open and transparent. So some of these other guys, you really get to know just because of how they are. I think this one is going to be really good, just because they have such a successful channel. Him and the Toy Sorceress. Michael had Toy Habits before she was part of it, but just who he is, where he's from. We all know he's from California, but how he got into toys, what his life is like, what he does, because those guys, I mean. They're one of the few that can go live right now. Don't go live right now. They can go live right now and have 300 people watching their channel. They're one of the few. Most people have to have it scheduled, and that's how people find it. If I go live on a random Wednesday, I'm not going to get the same amount that we get normally. So I'm kind of excited I'm actually really excited to chat with him. And Wraith Mace, once again, gifted 1 punk membership to Woody 222, the Figure Addict. What do we have to do when you get that?
Welcome to the creamery.
And because Woody got it, that's right. Thank you very much, Wraith Mace. You've been so good for the channel. Actually, I know I need your address, even though I'm sure I have it because you sent me stuff. I want to send you out some stickers. I forget a lot of the people already have the stickers because Joe Fest, they were just like, I was tossing them out as fast as I could. So, and of course, as I mentioned, Matthew would send me exactly what I was wondering, and he's a pretty good moderator. He also knows karate. I don't know if you know that. Matthew knows karate. Um, all right. So I want to let's get into the stuff from last week and all the drama, right? Now, this shit's still going on with some of the people. All right. I know there's a lot of people that don't like me. It was actually mentioned to me that somebody was talking about me, right? And they just didn't have real nice things to say about me. Basically said that I was, comparing me to Viper Island when the 3POA was defending me. Or not defending me, but saying something about how I don't think that what happened with him promoting one of my videos on his community tab, that we've become friends. I actually watched. This was, I think, on their members only stream. I watched the stream where they brought me up, and I thought it was funny because Ryan was like, right, or Brian brought it up, and he's like, yeah, I don't really know what's going on with this. He goes, but I don't think. He's like, he was like the first person he took his channel, and he goes, I don't think he just, he goes, I don't really know Punk, but I don't think he's like forgiven and forgot all this stuff. And he says, he looks at Chad and he's like, he goes, you know him a little bit, do you think? And Chad was like, well, I don't think so. I can hold a grudge with the best of them, and to me it's more than a grudge. I mean, those are just mind games that someone is trying to play. But hey, you know what? If you want to put out to all you do have some subscribers, because I do see it. If you want to put that out there, then so be it, man. You want to put my stuff out there and give me free publicity, people are going to tune in and find out exactly what I think. But we'll get into Viper Island a little bit later. But so that was something, and then again, Hal Jordan, continues to go on and try and say that I or someone associated with me put these copyright strikes in against, the artist Sharik, right? And they kind of said, I just can't see him doing that, right? Because I wouldn't, because what a waste of my time. But this is what I have to say. I brought up the whole thing, and I explained everything that happened, how I think that this is all fake. And I was really pissed last week because he deleted the 2 community posts. They were Oreoed in the middle, right? They were the cream, they were the stuffing, right? The cream stuffing there. Those were the only ones deleted. Convenient. That's what pissed me off. You have these people saying this stuff about myself, Bobby B, Travis, Shark, Baldy, and others, right? And then you delete it. And oddly enough, I go out on here. I put it all out for the world to see exactly what I think is happening. And then magically the next day, Shark News is gone. And he doesn't talk about it no more. It's just put to bed. So, I mean, again, it's there. It's too convenient. It's as convenient as when I did the live stream about Viper Island, and I showed how he was stealing people's pictures and putting them on shirts, and then the next day it was magically gone. He had removed all that stuff. Again, these two YouTubers are pretty much the exact same. Although now it seems like Viper Island wants to play nice with people. I just wanted to discuss that and quickly mention that hey, you know what? I said before, follow the breadcrumbs. Oddly enough, they don't go anywhere. But a guy who was let everyone do this witch hunt against us, not saying who it is, has magically just let it go. He's completely forgot about it. So, as for the Viper Island thing, let me explain. When I found out that he had tagged me in his community post, and gave me a wonderful, wonderful write-up about, hey, you know what, you want to see a wonderful review, go check out A Punk with Toys. He really breaks it down. So, I kidding you not. I'm sitting on a shitter. And, of course, like all of us, we're on our phone. And I get a bubble. Like the bubble that Shark tried to say that like he got when YouTube said, "Hey, you got copyright strikes that they don't do," right? I'm sitting on the shitter and it says Viper Island tagged you in a post. And the first thing I thought was maybe they said the Island Viper. But I clicked on it and went, "Oh my god, dude." And I read it and like, dude, it's like, what the fuck? Well, what am I gonna do? Like, do I even address this? Do I say anything? And I swear to God, it was within 15 minutes. It was posted in the Facebook group page by someone. I had at least 4 people message me saying, "Have you seen this?" Of course, it's on the 3POA, Pop Blender, and 3-Star Draw were talking about it the next day or 2 days later. You're just like, you gotta be kidding me. I don't really see his stuff because I don't follow him. But since I got tagged, I was like, and I read it. It didn't really help. I could tell that a few more people were watching it, but JLS, congrats on your new bromance. Machine Man, a punk with a gold heart. Did he touch your drum set? No. LN just popping in. I smell a YouTube celebrity boxing match. Well, how would we have that? He doesn't show up anywhere. Matthew says, I saw Viper and Punk hugging it out just the other day. Yes, we hugged it out the same way that myself and highly articulated hugged it out at Joe Fest. Yes, the collab is incoming. Mr. Matt, VI and Punk is the new Destro and Cobra Commander. Yeah, you guys are really good. 80s Toy Boy, how you doing? Am I gonna send him some free figs? No, I will not be. That is for sure. Oh man, Stanley tandem on the same skateboard. All right. Yeah, send him some stickers, dude. He'd actually probably have them up, and then everyone would be like, "Ah, well, God, he must really be. They must have really mended fences." Listen, this guy is the same POS that he ever was. All right, you don't get off YouTube for a month and change who you are. I think he just realized most of my active subs went away. I need to start playing nice. Again, you guys know how pissed off I got when I lost my channel or my Instagram. It's one of those things where, I hold grudges. I'm not going to lie. All right. Todd C. If Viper Island can introduce me to Wood Bunny, I will fucking forgive him. All right, I will forgive him. I will steal fucking content. I will fucking rip Toy Kind of Moods content from SDCC when they go. I would get other people's content of the panel that I did, because my guys have it, and where you can only hear my voice, and I'd be more than happy to make sure they only see me. If he can get me a date with Wood Bunny, I'm just saying. Hey Tony, what's with all the toy tubing beef? It's like the mid 90s East West out here. You know what it really is, Brick? You do toy tubing, and there are toy tubers like yourself and Toy Habits and Geek Dead Life. I saw you on yesterday. A lot of other people And you guys stay away from it. You don't really touch controversial, and that's fine. And I have no problem with that. I think most people by now know how I am, and I speak my mind at a rate that maybe I shouldn't, because it does push people away. But there's certain things that I'm going to speak up and say, say what I think. And to some people, it might not bother them, but to me, it's maybe it comes from seeing all the shitheads at concerts. When you have the the people that don't like specific races and colors, that you speak up against them. I mean, I really can't say exactly what it is, and that's probably why I find myself in things more often than not. But a lot of people, it's not their personality to do it, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you don't have people that do it, then you'll have assholes that continue to fool the community for whatever reason. It's right now, it's mostly the GI Joe community that I see it, because that's what I deal with. There's a lot of people that won't say anything about Mike Zero, but go online and watch the amount of people that will completely blast Mike Zero to just expose him for what he does. And again, there's absolutely nothing wrong with avoiding it. I thought when Analog Toys took blatant shots at Mega J and Geek Dad Life and Toy Habits, I thought Geek Dad Life, when John was on there, they handled it absolutely perfect. They never mentioned his name. They never mentioned the channel. They never mentioned the product that he has a figure made of. But they sure went along with the jokes that everyone in their comments, or every person in their chat was saying. And I thought they did it beautifully. I mean, so much so that I messaged Jay and I said, hey, you know what? You did a wonderful job of not saying anything. I don't have that ability. All right. That muzzle that people put on dogs, I don't fucking have one. Oh, look at this. Like, Breck even coming in with the, yeah, fuck Mike Zero. I almost want to like Mike Zero because his commitment is so amazing. All right. And boy, that guy can push out content. And here is the difference. I can actually, I mean, there's another guy in the G.I. Joe sphere that pushes out content that no one can understand. As a matter of fact, we all lose brain cells when we hear him. Mike Zero can at least articulate sentences, which is, I mean, it's something, I guess. James Lucas said, did he invite you to the island to play with his toys? He doesn't have toys unless people send it to him. But anyway, I completely forgot about that until I saw someone mention it right at the beginning before we went live. That, yeah, there was Viper Island. Okay? He was something again. Like, he made himself relevant, at least in my sphere. But remember, this is the guy that has copyright struck me multiple times, because they won't just do it. It was multiple times. The first time when I didn't lose anything, and then multiple times again when I finally lost my channel. So kind of crazy how that all works, but hey, that's that's life right now. All right, but you guys know how I am. I am gonna speak out my mind. Grievance, bring your own toys. It's funny because growing up, I was the one with all the toy guns, so everyone would end up at my house so they could get the guns, and I had this awesome AK-47. It was electronic, had a 9-volt battery, and it made the perfect sound. And I remember this kid getting pissed off because I wouldn't, everyone come over and they'd pick whatever guns, and I would never let anyone use it. That was always my gun. And he got mad that he's like, oh, well, Larry always has to have his AK-47. Well, fuck you, dude. They're my fucking guns, all right? You can have the litany of the other fucking guns that I have, but I do think that when you're coming over to borrow my guns to play, I should get my choice first of which one I'm going to use. And that AK-47, which was the sweetest gun next to the Commando Uzi, which I didn't have. And my parents obviously hated me. Didn't even get me the Commando Uzi that the tip smoked when it was awesome. Anyway. All right. So, quickly, once again, let me say it. If you have not, it is my son's birthday, 18 years old. He's going to be doing some work for Sergeant Reds. Hopefully it goes well because they have so many guests come in, and they're having the Hardy Boys. And then they're going to have Mick Foley. And if it goes well, it can turn out to be a pretty good gig for him. So if you don't mind, take a second, just subscribe to his channel. It would be awesome. So I had the small Enertech gun. That was like the Mac 10 type one. My buddy had the big M16 with the extra big magazine. The AK-47 was not. That was the only Enertech gun I had. Enertech were so awesome. If I remember correctly, the Commando Uzi, the tip smoked, and I forget how they did it, and I believe it was a water gun also, but it was not an Enertech gun. It looked exactly like it. His Commando Uzi. It was awesome because someone in the neighborhood had one. Oh my god, it was like that one thing. It's like, damn it. Yes, I know. Pepsi goes straight to the hips. Do you know how hard it was? Because my son wanted he wanted to watch a movie. His mom came over. My daughter came over, which I think she left, and Olivia didn't even come up and say goodbye, which is really, really wrong. Really odd. Oh, you're right. That is Punks on Film, because we're going to be discussing that one in a short bit. Thank you very much. All right. Probably wondering why I have Punks on Film on, and we will discuss that in a second. But yeah. And, give me a second here.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Woody 222, happy birthday to your son. After YouTube takes the fees, you can use this to buy him a half Snickers bar. Well, you know what? I think I already buy everything for him. Yes. I thought it was Punks on Sun Films. And please sub to that one also. More content to come. Well, Matthew, you don't even know what I'm doing with that right now. I kind of hinted at it last week. But there will be a video coming. And it's not what you think. And I'm going to discuss that in a little bit. Anyway, where the hell was I? So this week, what's coming? So I have Beachhead is finally coming tomorrow from Amazon. It's also coming from Pulse. Remember when I was mentioning, I think last week, that sometimes you order from multiple places and then you just kind of get screwed? Well, yeah. So I have okay, Walmart just hit me. Hey, how can Walmart hit me? They already charged me for this damn thing. Oh, good Lord. All right. I lost my train of thought. So this week, I got Beachhead coming from 2 different places. I'll probably ship one back to Amazon. I have Doc coming from 2 places. I have Roadblock and Tripwire coming, Shockwave, and Hella Dope Toys. Again, you know the code. Go there, order some stuff, use APWT, get 10% off everything. I ordered stuff Saturday morning, really early, which isn't a business day, and they shipped it out today. And I can't even lie about this. I have been walking around going, one business day. That Moss Man is in so many of our heads now. I can't say, oh no, anymore. I order something, I'm like, one business day. Damn you, Ted. That's all I have to say. As awesome as it is, I can't stop it. DJ 5 Ash, use the Mossman code and it's free. Yeah, that's crazy. Super glue next to the back scratcher. How hard you going at it? Let me tell you something about this back scratcher. So, I had one of these as a kid when we went to Florida the first time. I think it was even before my sister was born, maybe right after my sister was born. So, my mom was, it was before my mom passed away. I had one of these, but I had broken over the years. And the first time that we went, which now would have been, Livia's 15. So before Olivia was born, I think 16 years ago, 16 or 17 years ago, I'm like, if they have that, I'm getting it. And let me tell you, it is like the worst back scratcher ever, all right? Mickey has no nails. It's soft, round right here. It isn't the worst back scratcher ever. It's actually faded now because it's been sitting in front of the window. But I had to have it because it's one of those things that just reminds me of a kid. My mom bought it, so I always had it. Boy, was it just this is an awful back scratcher, but it's always sitting there now. Lawrence, will you have Viper on Thursday night with a friend asking for a friend? I do not plan to ever have that guy on. Although I did challenge him to come on anytime that he wanted to discuss everything that was going on, and I don't think that I don't think he accepted that because I don't think that he wants to answer anything, especially not live. So, but yeah, I do have a bunch of stuff coming in. So there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff that is going out video-wise. Now I know everyone's seen Beachhead and Doc, and then the following week we should have Wreckage on the Tiger Paw. Those and the Roadblock Tripwire, they are already in Targets, but you can't get them. All these people are posting them that they're finding them at Target. The registers are locked. You're not going to get it. You can't get to it. So there's nothing you can do. Just understand that, hey, they're locked up. Even if they're out, for some odd reason, and you might be able to find someone that will unlock it for you, but good Lord, Target has these street dates, and they're just so against putting stuff out, and it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. And I'm glad 3-Star Draw is here because I'm going to talk about something. Now, he did a video about Hasbro Pulse. And at first I was kind of like, oh, good Lord, here we go again. Someone else with another complaint. No offense, Darren, but that's like the first thing I saw. Like, good Lord. I'm one to talk about people having a fucking complaint, right? I'm one to be pissed or aggravated that someone has a rant. So, Hasbro Pulse did their 2-day update. When updates go through, people don't realize, hey, you know what? They can take a long time. Now, Darren had thought maybe that's 3-star draw that possibly they were, there was a leak that someone had hacked them. I'm not so sure about that because usually when there's a hack, it happens, pretty much instantly, right? And so I'm not sure if that's what it was. This seems more like it was something scheduled. I say hi to Same Time Toys. Damn, I'm late. How's everyone? Oh, I'm doing awesome. Andrew Davis. No, and TK Storm is here. We're into Punk's Posse. So I watched his video, and I didn't realize that you had to go in there and re-up your. You had to go in there and re-up your payment information. And now, without the payment information, PayPal is gone. Which is huge because a lot of people use a PayPal credit. That's what I use for Hasbro Pulse. Clearly, Darren does too because he specifically talked about that. So, and anything that you've ordered so far, it shows you that there's no payment. But I got charged today, or yesterday actually, which is odd. Usually it would have gone out today, but it went up. They charged me yesterday for Doc and for the Another Snow Serpent and Beachhead. And I originally had it on my PayPal credit, and they did charge my PayPal credit. Well, I wanted to do a test, so I pre-ordered an Alpine. And when you do a pre-order, or when you do go to order, you do still have the option to pick PayPal. So the PayPal option is there. It's just not going to be your default. So you're going to have a default credit card. So let's say you just go through and the stuff is there, and you hit something. That's going to be your default. But you can go in and you can change the payment to whatever you want it to be. And this PayPal is still there. And even all the stuff that we get, that it shows that there's no payment information, they're going to charge you by however you originally told them to. And I know this because yesterday I was charged, and I went and I checked my accounts to see which one it pulled from, and it pulled from the PayPal, even though it said that there was none. So, the 3-star draw says, I don't think so now because they got it back up. They got it back up too soon. I think it was scheduled, but implemented too soon. It was the payment info that got me, and I wanted to inform people. No, and again, it was actually very, very. It was a good video. It was very informational because I didn't realize that, and I didn't realize that the payment. But I went for all of your guys' sake, for the sake of my people here who are right now that have hit that like button, and they went and hit that subscribe button. Right, make sure you go and hit that right now. I wanted to see what it does because I use PayPal also. So, what's up, Daredevil Dave? But yeah, I am glad that you brought it up because I hadn't looked at it, and I would have waited till I went and went to order something. So, and being a fine figure, thank you for joining. Make sure you hit that like button, everyone. All right, so the Hasbro Pulse thing, it's kind of a nightmare because when you don't see your payment information, you're wondering, well, shit, what are they going to do? And then when you have to put your information in, and you put a default credit card, then you're like, well, is all this stuff going to come off on this credit card rather than the initial, if it was PayPal? So, but from what I saw yesterday, that's all taken care of. It's going to go off on whatever it was you initially told it to. But if you go ahead and you order something, that's what it's going to, you can use PayPal. Now, I do have a question if anyone's used it, and I know Darren had talked about it in the video. Has anyone ever ordered a HasLab using PayPal? Not a PayPal credit card, but PayPal credit. Because sometimes they don't allow you to, and I'm always worried that the last thing I want is that you find out that they don't accept the PayPal for a HasLab, because there's been There have been some Kickstarters that if you use PayPal, they take the money out right away. They don't wait till the end. I don't know what purpose that serves, but it makes me worry. Like, hey, when this HasLab comes out, do I need to use a credit card, or can I use the PayPal credit? So I'm wondering if anyone has used PayPal credit to order the HasLab and if that actually works. 3-star says, I ran back through it today and checked that, but when I made the video, there was no PayPal option anywhere. It got added back in later, like I hoped it would. Thanks for the shout out on the vid. Okay, so it is back up there. Because I just know when I went to pre-order, it gave me the option. But yeah. Okay, so Matthew's saying it wouldn't let you. Okay, and that's what I was, because it's one of those things where you have to. I don't want to do it and then get screwed. And I don't want to order it on 2 different things, then be like, because you have 30 days to cancel it. Then go back and like cancel one. You're like, okay, well, it hit the credit one that I wanted to. So, but if anyone is having issues with that, or if they're worried, nothing to worry about. However you ordered it originally, that is how you're going to be charged. But it is kind of a cluster. You know what's funny is I heard someone. Or I read someone's comment on one of the G.I. Joe things saying, here I am just sitting here looking at this update. I'll just go order some stuff from Valaverse. Like, all right, well, first off, they didn't add anything new. So does it really matter? Like, you haven't ordered the stuff anyway? And 2, the irony of saying, oh, well, Hasbro Pulse will let me order. I'm just going to go to Valaverse and order stuff. Every single time it seems that guy drops a new wave, that fucking site crashes. All right? It never does he just say, hey, you know what? Shit just happened. It's always someone else's fault or this or that. Just say, hey, man, this shit's hilarious. I don't know why I did it. And I know you guys know. Bobby P knows. Matthew knows, because we're always laughing about it, right? It was like 3 or 4 times that thing would crash. New figures going up. It's fucking dead. All right, so that's enough about the Hasbro Pulse here. Woo! All right, San Diego Comic-Con. Oh, hold on, I gotta look something really quick. I don't know why I can't remember this guy's name. It's not going to be there, I'll tell you that much. Riveting here. You watch me look at my phone. I'm the only person doing this. Okay. All right. Do you guys know who Chuck Jones is? Did Looney Tunes. Yeah, he passed away early 2000s, but his estate, he still has an estate. He has a gallery. State has a gallery. Well, at Andrew's graduation party, I was informed by his mother that she got a job working for the Chuck Jones Gallery. Oh, and that she will be at San Diego Comic-Con as of now. She literally got the job, from what I understand. She started Thursday. And they're so impressed by what like her credentials are, and that she's going to be going, I guess, to San Diego Comic-Con. So, to anyone that's going to San Diego Comic-Con, you, Travis, I think Black Genghis is going. It is your job to go over there and say hi to her. And I'll show you a picture of her. I ain't going to show you a picture over here, because you fuckers, I don't trust any of you motherfuckers. She has red hair and is just a little bit shorter than me. But when she moved out to San Diego a couple months ago, her and her boyfriend, I was like, if you guys stay here, I will at least come out here one day, crash on your couch, so I can do San Diego Comic-Con. And here I'm finding out, oh, she gets a job, and she's going to be at San Diego Comic-Con before me. Like, you're kidding me, right? But I'm happy for her, excited. It's gonna be awesome. But then first thing I'm like, oh man, now I got the hookups, man. I got the hookups. Just for San Diego Comic-Con, as long as she goes and gets me the stuff. This is what I need you to go get me, all right? And I'll give you the money, and then you just well, I haven't talked to her about it yet, but Darren, I'm not gonna say that wasn't the first one that I thought about. Not that I think it's gonna be that difficult. Chun-Li. As much as I don't need a third Chun-Li, I want that fucking smiling face. Oh my god, dude, that face. They just need to do that face and everything else. Eric Thurman says $1,000 a night at Motel 6. That I've heard it's crazy expensive. Yeah, and my ex was like, because I kind of told her, I'm like, I already told Emily that one day I'm going to crash on her couch, and she was like, they don't have any room. I'm like, I don't take up a lot of room, right? I don't take up a lot of room, all right? Just give me a couch, all right? I don't need much. Yeah, Matthew says here, yeah, that Jada Street Fighter pack looks great. So, I'm talking about just the smiley face that comes with the Chun-Li. I think you're thinking of the beat-up faces, which I think is awesome too. If that's real, I know I saw that in the Facebook group page. So, but anyway, really cool. Super excited for her. Her boyfriend got a job offer through a friend on a whim, and it literally turned out that they were just denied the place they were going to move into in Grand Rapids, which is about 2.5 hours away from us. My ex is already upset that she lives so far away. And then she thought that she was going to be saying that she's moving back. Come to find out she's moving even further away. But as far away, living in the U.S. that you can get from her mom. So, Cobweb says, heading off to work. Have a good night. You too, Cobb. Be careful. Be safe out there. At the same time, Tori says, the only figure I really want is the Marvel Legends Death's Head. Yeah, that does nothing for me. I don't think it's going to be hard for people to get these. I mean, they make the stuff accessible. We have not Rachel here. It's California. They're okay while sleeping outside. I could just crash out there. And Justin Booth has shown up. All right. So, what do I want to talk about next? I brought up Andrew's birthday again. Let's quickly go over here. I'm going to hit refresh and let's see. I know he had one sub when it started, and now he has 21. So 20 of you went over and subscribed to his page. It's his birthday. Like I said, I'm super excited. I've seen some of the stuff that he can do. You guys still haven't seen the stuff because we're going to be getting to that. Get this toy show, this toy store show up and running soon. But please go over there, give him a like and subscribe. It's only school stuff that he's done, but hey, you know what? You got to start somewhere. You don't have to tell me. You just say, yes, I've subscribed. Allison, the rest of you step it up. All right. And the other one that I want to mention is this guy. Articulated Points. So this is, run by Philip and not Picard Stewart. I met not Picard Stewart not this week at Joe Fest. Great guy. Absolutely great guy. So nice. Exactly what you see on the Full Force. They were under 1,000 subs. Again, all it took is for Chris on the Full Force while they were on there to say, hey, you know what? Go over and subscribe, because they tried streaming the Joe panel at San Diego Comic-Con last year, and they didn't have over 1,000 subs, so they got capped at how many people could watch it. But let's make sure they're not capped. They're just over 1,000 now. Go over there. It's also G.I. Joe content, which most of you guys are here for anyway, right? So go over there, subscribe to them. I don't know why Patrick wasn't pushing it more, but I said, in the chat, I'm like, hey, if you guys don't hit 1,000, I will make sure you hit 1,000 on Monday night. But they went over 1,000. There's no reason why they shouldn't. There's more people watching the full force, but get them well over that. We all got to support each other, right? Isn't that what it's all about? Supporting each other. This community is only so big. So if we're not supporting each other, what the fuck are we doing, right, guys? As I've gone on blasting 2 other YouTubers today. All right. So I mentioned that, the Target exclusives, they're locked. We talk about this, myself and Bobby B. We talk about this. Ed says, Jesus, I just insinuated here so I can sub to these other channels. I can only sub so many things before I get lost. Hey, you guys also, I want your commercials, both of you. Matthew, Ed, Pop Blender, and the other guy, the other travesty. Get me fucking commercials so I can play it at the end of the show for people to go over to your show tomorrow, always on Tuesdays, to watch your guys' show. Yeah, I'm still waiting. People think they wait a long time for me. All right. So Bobby B and I talk about this, and I think you guys can put a lot of stuff together. There's a lot of people that, they bitch and they whine and they cry about the G.I. Joe stuff, or toys in general, but I'm talking about G.I. Joe mostly. How expensive they are, how they're going to wait for they're on discount. So you're seeing all these people posting the Tiger Paw and the Roadblock Tripwire 2-pack at Target, but they're all locked. No one says they bought it. Very few people are saying, yeah, I tried to get it. Getting in, it was, the register is locked. But here we are. We're going round and round and round. And sure enough, this goes back to the people that posted they got something, but won't say what region they're in, what state they're in. It goes back to the whole gatekeeping thing, right? But it also goes back to what Bobby and I talked about, that, hey, I think a lot of these people, they're here to bitch, but then they don't buy the figures. And we really talk about a lot with the Valiverse stuff, right? That there's a lot of these people that are talking about Valiverse this, Valiverse that, but these same people are the people that didn't have enough action points to get their exclusive figures. And I'm like, how, if you bought just one of each figure, you have more than enough action points. But for some odd reason, you don't see that. And it's, I think G.I. Joe, we're having the same thing. Oh, hey, look what I found. But they're not mentioning that it's locked because either they're trying to gatekeep and act like they got it, or they really didn't take it up there. So
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
J Astro 319, I crave attention. Here is $2. Acknowledge me. You forgot the explanation parts. Explanation points. Explanation marks. When you get that brain fart and you can't think of anything. Just Another Anderson says, what if you pre-ordered it on pause and it's still coming out the 21st, or is it still October? All right, so what's really odd is that Pulse had the 2-pack up on the was supposed to be up on the 15th. Now I missed out on the order. That's why I actually ordered it from the CMD store. That's why I'm actually getting it a little bit early. I ordered it from the CMD store. But Pulse had it early, which is odd because they usually will not do anything before the street date. Walmart will ship it as soon as they get it. It's like they need to get that shit out of their warehouse. But Target just has this hard street date. So if they tell, if they're doing an exclusive and they say, hey, this is a hard street date, I don't think Pulse can ship it out early. Now, C&B store, even though they're out of New York, technically they're out of Canada. They ship out of New York. So you're able to get stuff a little bit earlier. I just happened to see it go up there. I said, great. I'm going to order this because I don't have it. And my luck, it would have been that you would have been able to find it. So what we're seeing, there's going to be loads of them all over Target. Joe G says, damn, I've just been buying toys and not complaining. Been doing it wrong the whole time. Yes, you have. Crash says, cut and dry, G.I. Joe bad, Valiverse good. That's all these guys cry. No, that's not what I was trying to get at. That's not what I was trying to say. I was just talking about how many of them sit there and talk about Valiverse this, Valiverse that. But when you look into it, like they're not really buying the product. I'm not saying people aren't buying Valiverse product, so don't take it that way. I'm saying there's a lot of people, and I believe they're just like, Viper Island and Shariq. They don't actually buy G.I. Joe product. They try and report on it. I find it really hard how you report on something and try and like act like you're reviewing, but you don't, you're not actually buying the product. You're waiting for someone to gift you something. Hey, times are hard. I'm not saying that, you shouldn't be able to talk about things you love if you can't buy it. Obviously, I do every Monday, talk about stuff that I don't buy, but I think people realize I put a lot of money behind what I'm mentioning. Legend Series here. What's up, all? Happy Monday. Legend Series will also be on the show. And if Ted Darklaw, if you are listening, you have to go listen to Legend Series last night. I need my next Mossman commercial to have Skeletor in it. And Legend Series does an amazing, and I mean an amazing Skeletor. Your Sylvester Stallone is really good. Your Morgan Freeman's okay. Your Skeletor had me cracking up, Tony. I was fucking dying. I'm sitting here. I'm trying to figure out shit that I wanted to do for tomorrow. I was trying to work on this figure here. All right. Which I'll talk about in a little bit, maybe, if I remember. That Skeletor had me absolutely dying. And if I thought you could do that for the whole Thursday with a friend, I would have Thursday with a Skeletor on. But holy shit, that Skeletor was. But your face, it's not just. You guys got to go back and watch it. It's not just when Legend Series is doing that Skeletor voice. It's his facial. It's his facial features when he's doing it. It was awesome. It was just dead on, man. Dude, had me dying. Absolutely had me dying last night. So, because people didn't realize, I know Woody was like, oh, hey, how long you been here? Hey, I'm always watching, guys. I just got to find out who's talking shit about me. So anyway, that's the Target exclusives. All right. So I quickly talked about Punks on Film. Now, this is something that Matthew and I started. It's been put on hiatus. And Matthew, I will talk about the password situation when I can. We'll have to discuss it because I can now access it on my laptop, my own laptop. I still cannot access it on other. It will not allow me to use the password on other computers. I don't understand why. So I can access it on that computer, and I can access it on my phone I don't know why I can't access it elsewhere. And I've changed the password. It's really weird. So I'm gonna have to contact YouTube on that and figure out. But anyway, so I've been talking about buying subs and how there is now a tab. It's not technically to buy subs; it is to advertise. And I'm doing a video on it and to see how well it works. So I used Punks on Film. I was not going to do this channel because I worked too hard to buy subs for this channel. Even if it's a promotion that I'm promoting stuff. So if you remember, we've discussed about how we have struggled to get subscribers on Punks on Film. And I will still stand by that. We struggled. Now, I also don't think we were putting out the proper content to properly grow. But I'm going to show you. Last Tuesday, I went ahead and I did this. And I started, I've already done the intro to the video. I did walking through how people do this. I want to show you in 5 days now. And this is just using $20. And I think it's going to be a very interesting video. It's not going to be my typical, review video, that is for sure. But let me share the screen here. And you'll see that we are up to 502 subscribers. And I will probably get more into this after this video is completely done. This promotion tab that you're allowed to use, that YouTube puts out there, you get to pick how much you want to spend, how long the duration you want it to go. You get to pick out what regions you want to go. I wanted to see if it worked because I do believe a lot of people are buying it. And you know what? The way that I'm feeling, it's kind of like people doing steroids at the gym. If you're going to do steroids, so be it. Just don't fucking lie to me about it. And by the time I was done doing the video and walking through my video and doing it, it really, there is a purpose for this. And I'll kind of explain it now. So what I ended up doing here, let me go up here to, oops. Oh, yes, I can't get into the studio. But if I go to my channel here, I should have the videos right there. So I used, that's the wrong one. So I used the building the lightsaber. And it's at now 4,000, over 4,000 views. And it was sitting at just under 600 views. This is what happens when you buy subs. But I did it to, and this is something new that YouTube is allowing. And they probably thought, hey, you know what? If people are going to be able to buy subs, we might as well make some money off it. But to kind of explain the whole point of it is the reason why I don't have an issue with it under some circumstances. And I'm going to explain this all in the video. If you're someone like Dan Larson, who's doing Secret Galaxy, or if you're, and I'm using Secret Galaxy per se. If Ken from Toy Connections in his video on the Von Erichs, or his retrospectives of the G.I. Joes and Masters of the Universe, that is a put together program. That is not a review. That is not a live stream. If you are buying this because it is a promotion, it pushes out that specific video, to me, it is like advertising. It would be like when they advertise the Cosby Show, Family Ties, the A-Team. advertising dollars you would spend to get eyes on that specific thing. If you're doing it for reviews or for your live streams because you just want to boost your numbers, well, you're an idiot. Because unfortunately, it's not going to really help anything because you're not organically growing things. But if you have a TV show, a TV program, and you wanted to promote that, you're just going to get eyes on it. And maybe people are going to watch it. You would hope that people are going to watch it. A random person is not going to watch a review. People hit subscribe because of the way that it does it. But that video will probably be done by the end of the week. It's being done differently than anything else. It's not a review video. It will be on this channel. And I even say to people, hey, you know what? Please like the button, like it. But if you're not into toys, don't subscribe because you ruin the algorithm, right? But it was something that I wanted to do and I want to show everyone. Because there's a lot of people doing it. And if you want to do it, that's fine. I can go to your Social Blade and see numbers don't lie. They're there. They're there telling everyone to the world. Unfortunately, there's not enough subscribers on Punks on Film that Social Blade even generates anything. But I can show when we're done with this, when the video is done, it's going to be something very interesting that everyone is going to be, oh wow, that's interesting to see. All right. I'm just kind of getting rid of all this stuff here. All right, so let's talk about this last G.I. Joe wave and the awful distribution. Now, I have tried avoiding it long enough. And I fully understand that and Emily talked about this. Emily discussed that, hey, you know what? We're going to be doing straight boxes of stuff. And clearly Walmart's not doing that because Walmart was getting a case of 6 figures, I believe. And I believe it was like 2 Docs and maybe 2 Night Creepers. But everyone else is getting straight boxes. Amazon is, Hasbro Pulse is, BBTS is. That's why they're only they're getting 1 figure in at a time. And I just did the show about, hey, does it really bother you about waiting on a figure? And it shouldn't because you're going to get the figures. But this has been such a clusterfuck. This distribution of these figures has been just a complete clown show for the fact that it gets pushed back, it gets moved up, it gets pushed back again, then it gets moved up, and then it's shipped. And Amazon's been crazy, all right? Now, someone that gets mad that it gets moved up and then it gets pushed back, Amazon can't ship you something they don't have. I know when people get crazy, people get super crazy about it, but Amazon is not sitting on the facility in their facility like, hey, let's hold back these G.I. Joe figures. And I know it's not just G.I. Joe. There's other figures with Hasbro that it's doing this with. But it is a complete clusterfuck. There's no doubt about it. And I don't fully understand logistics when it comes to that stuff. I'm not going to lie. But I do understand, to a point, logistics. All these figures aren't being made at the exact same time. I think we all know that, especially if they're doing straight cases. But how does Amazon have them out for what the date originally was? Then they push it up, and some of them go out, and then all of a sudden the one gets pushed back, but then some people have gotten them. It's like, all right, well, you should know your allotted amount that's coming in, especially Amazon. They're getting an allotted amount. Hasbro Pulse is kind of bouncing around. It's just crazy. Matthew says, so pissed I can't get a Doc or Jinx. Well, if you went to my if you went to my links for Amazon, you'd be able to order them and you'd have them this week, Matthew. I do this stuff for you guys. um, Entertainment Earth has Night Creepers. Or at least that's where I got one of them. I had to throw something on to get free shipping to order some other stuff. I forgot that I had ordered a Night Creeper because, hey, it's an army builder. I forgot that I'd ordered 2 from PBTS. So now I have 3 Night Creepers, which I'm fine with. They're an army builder. But, yes. Check Entertainment Earth. A lot of stuff is still saying that it is it's on pre-order, but they have started to ship some stuff. Because like I said, I got this one. That's the only thing that I had ordered from Entertainment Earth. So go there, use my code APUNK, and you'll get 10% off. If it is in stock. It may still say that it's not in stock, then you can get it. According to Amazon, Doc should be next week. If you order right now, I believe it's Sunday or Monday. Jinx, if you would have ordered earlier, you could have had it tomorrow. So yeah, Jinx and Doc are both there. Night Creeper is the only one that is now out of stock at on Amazon, or at least it was earlier today when I put those links up. Is Doc back in stock? Because Doc was out of stock for a while. I know that. And the CMD store also has them. They have the whole wave. You're going to pay a little bit more, but they'll ship it pretty damn quickly. I'll tell you that much. But I'm not sure what they're out of stock because I ordered Doc from there too. Because that's been another thing. When I saw people getting Doc, I'm like, where the hell are they getting Doc from? And then people started telling me that, oh, some people, Hasbro Pulse charged them and shipped it out. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's odd because usually Pulse has whatever their allotment is, they get it all at the same time. It doesn't really go out differently. I mean, I get mine usually earlier than people because I'm in Michigan and the facility is out of Chicago. But usually, like, if we all ordered it, that Doc is processing within the same, whatever figure it is, it's processing within the same couple of days as I'm getting it. Tony in Arizona is going to ship out, and Travis in California, and whoever. So it's really odd that how this is, and it makes me feel like it's kind of messed up. Oh, so Matthew says Jinx arrives tomorrow. Just ordered Doc. Oh, Doc is out of stock. CMD store. They had it earlier. I will say though, I was shocked, and I'm glad I ordered it. That the Roadblock tripwire, it went into stock on Friday and was sold out by Saturday. And I was actually really shocked because I really do think that's going to be all over Target. By the looks of everything, yeah, that stuff's going to be all over Target. But I don't even know if I'm going to do the reviews on Doc and Beachhead because, as we know, if you're not first, you're moody. Just kidding. I wasn't going to do the fucking review. And Paul still says September on Doc. Oh, well, I got charged for Doc. I got charged for Doc yesterday from Pulse. So I'm probably going back to Amazon or somewhere. I don't know. Yes, if you're not first, you're movie. Same time, Tori says, Doc looks amazing without the vest. Was the vest hard to take off, or did you have to cut it? Because when I did this, I was actually on the phone with Tony. When I did this, to get that vest off was a nightmare because it is completely just suctioned onto it. Because I wanted to make a custom Viper, yes, with a bat head. And if you go watch the short, I actually put a whole little write-up in it. A whole little write-up in it about why he has a bat helmet. Because he's not supposed to be a bat. Just don't. That's. I didn't. Oh, I'm not a crybaby. It was just impossible to get off. Okay, you had to cut your. Some of them are super tight, but I have not tried taking off that vest from the action soldier. So. And Christoph Scuba says later, everyone, have a wonderful night. You going scuba diving tomorrow? I'm gonna have to have you on one day because I want to know all about the scuba diving stuff because I think it's awesome. But anyway, that's the distribution. It's just been a nightmare, and I don't really care. The figure comes in late. I mean, clearly I'm getting beachhead late. I mean, so I've had my 2 beachheads along with my O-ring beachhead sitting up here for quite some time, thinking, okay, well, I'm going to be getting at the same time getting, the other ones. Unfortunately, didn't turn out that way. I didn't even bring Doc up here, so I got to go get Doc. So just so I can do my review and compare them. So, all right. So look at this. Grizzlehorn says, "Got me Entertainment Earth Doc today." All right. So if you are looking for any of the other figures, try Entertainment Earth. Use my code APWT. No, don't use that one because it doesn't work. That's for Hella Dope Toys. APUNK, APUNK, APUNK. I spelled that right, I think. And if it's in stock, you get 10% off. If it's not in stock, well, they'll get it as soon as they ship it out. Now, they have not showed up at least hot off the truck yet. But like I said, I know that they shipped out this Night Creeper. I know people they're not huge fans of ordering from Entertainment Earth if it's a pre-order. But hey, if you're just going to sit there and wait on it, it's not a big deal. I say, who gives a shit? You don't always have to have shit first. As I mentioned, if you're not doing reviews, it doesn't really matter when you get it other than that you want it. And even if you're doing reviews, it doesn't really matter all that much because, people tune in to hear you if you're consistently doing it. All right. Woo. So the HasLab, we haven't really talked about the 25th of this month. So the panel, from what I understand, is going to be between 5 and 6 Pacific time. So that puts it around a really odd time because they really like to launch these things usually at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But they got the San Diego Comic-Con. It had nothing to do with Lucasfilm pushing back the HasLab. No, not at all. It has nothing to do with that. So I think we all know that we're going to get the Rattler. I think we'll see other pre-orders go up. We'll obviously see the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, which I am absolutely excited for. Jeff Morris says, I like that when I use APWT on Hella Dope Toys, that Punk gets a bill at the end of the month for all the stuff I buy. You know what? What are we at? Before we go on to the next topic, I'm going to take a second. And you know what? You're going to get to hear all about that because you know what? I need a breather.
Oh, hey guys. So Lawrence, he had to step away for a little bit. He's got a case of the grumble dust. So he asked me to kind of watch over a stream. He put me in charge of y'all. He said to me, "Oh, Moss Man, I have a case of the grumble dust, and I need you to watch myself for a little bit so nobody leaves and finds out that there's more interesting things to watch on YouTube. And also, I hate Ohio." So I was like, oh, dang, so now I have to come up with a topic for my very own show. And I was like, oh, what about talking about your favorite toy stores? So my favorite toy store is HelloDopeToys.com. So they used to have this really bad website. It used to look real scammy. Like if I gave them money, they were going to go spend it on like blow and hookers. But now their website is really nice. And like I can just go in and do like 1-2 click. And then my order's placed. And they ship super fast, guys. They ship everything in 1 business day. So like I get all my toys first. So when I'm out there on the playground and all my friends are like, oh, dang, Mouse Man, where'd you get that action figure? I still have to wait 17 months for mine. And I'm just like, well, I went to HelloDopeToys.com And I just push the buttons, and then they shipped it out to me. And the packaging is so nice, guys. Like, I opened up the box, and I thought, oh, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this kind of packaging. It's so nice. But then my trash can gets full because of all the packing stuff. And I was just like, oh dang, I just changed the trash. But now I gotta change the trash again. Oh, you're right, Matthew Matson. You can use the code APWT at HelloDopeToys.com and save 10% on your order. So how that works is, so you're going to save 10%, and then a Punk with Toys, he has to pay that 10% that y'all saved. So if you don't like Lawrence, you can just go to HelloDopeToys.com and just buy a bunch of stuff and rack up his bill. So then, like, at the end of the month, they're like, Hello Dope Toys is like, oh, Lawrence, you owe us $1 million because of all the 10% codes that everybody used. And yeah, that's how that works. Okay, guys, so it looks like it's time for me to go now. So make sure you go to HelloDopeToys.com and like and subscribe, and then in the comments put what your favorite toy store is. But if it's not HelloDopeToys.com, I'm probably just going to delete it, okay? So, alright guys, bye!
All right, thank you, Mossman. And let me mention, a couple weeks ago, Ted actually explained where the term grumble duffs came from. And it has something to do with his lactose intolerant state that he lives in. So if you want to know, you got to go back a couple weeks and watch that. He can explain it all. So and yes, Mossman does roll, Tony. You're one of the few people that doesn't like Mossman. Did we ask that question already? Did we already do that poll? Do you like Mossman? Mr. Madcast says, I heard Punk and Viper teamed up to save us all 20%. We did, and he has to pay for the whole 20%. Stanley Eberhardt, could the Joe HasLab launch early in the morning at the morning stream so I can display it on the floor Thursday morning before the doors open? What time does it start? Because I don't know what time San Diego Comic-Con starts. But that is a good question, because usually that stuff is pre-recorded anyway. So they might have they're going to have if someone's been there before, how have they launched the HasLabs before on that? Because that's a good question. If there's not a stream to launch it at, the 11 o'clock hour, or it's usually a 12 o'clock hour, isn't it? So like 10, 11, or 12. But I can't imagine them trying to do that live. I would assume that they would be pre-recorded. So maybe it would go up earlier than they have it on the floor. But San Diego Comic-Con may not start till later on that day. And in the past, I thought that Hasbro's panel actually wasn't at the show, that it was like down the street or something. I could be completely wrong. I thought that's what people had said before. But yeah, I don't know. I know just everyone's interested to finally see what the Rattler is going to look like, because it's been something that we've been waiting on. But I think we know that we're going to get a lot of other pre-orders. We're going to get the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, which we already know is that Once a Man. So TK Storm says it is on the 25 at 11 Eastern. But their panel is until between 5 and 6 Pacific time. I don't know. All I know is on the 25th we'll find out the new HasLab, how much it's going to cost, when it's going to end. And then in a year, we're going to hear people whining, oh my God, they they pushed it back and now I have to wait. Like, dude, you knew you were going to have to wait on that thing. But yeah. So, interesting there. Okay. So you know the merch codes. Again, Amazon Prime Day starts tomorrow. If you're ordering anything on Amazon and you want to support the channel for Prime Day, I know people are going to be buying stuff. Please take a second. Go over, click one of my links, and then just order whatever you want through there. It helps support the channel. And believe me, everything that I get through Amazon, Entertainment Earth, any merch that any merch that goes up there, and obviously anything that I make through here is going to goes right back into the channel. And I want to talk about, so we're going to talk about something else. I would say I'm committed to doing this. And a few of you guys already know about this. Tony says, I need an inversion table from Amazon Prime Day. My back hurts. Hey, if you find one, you better click one of my links before you order it. All right. Yeah, I know. I've heard. Just sitting here and it reminded me, Tony saying how Doc looks like Shannon Sharp. I can't wait to see that. All right. So, I wanted to do this last year, or I thought about doing this last year. I was not prepared. I would say that I was not. The channel hadn't gotten to a point where I thought that I could handle something like this. And now doing this for as long as I have, meeting so many other content creators, knowing that I have a reach into other countries of people that are content creators, I think this is something that is completely doable, and it's something that I have to start getting ready now. So, I have wanted to do a live stream telethon for Toys for Tots. Now, if you're not familiar with Toys for Tots are, it is where you donate toys, and I believe it's through the Marines. Then they pick it up, and it all goes to needy families that can't afford Christmases and everything. Now, one of the problems is when, by the time I get paid from YouTube, it's a month late. So anything that I make from this month, I get like the 21st of next month. And if it's on a weekend, then it's like the 22nd or maybe the 20th, something like that, right? And obviously, due to Toys for Tots, it has to be done before November. Or I think before December, in November, right? So I have to do this in October. So what I'm going to do is, the date right now is going to be October 25th into the 26th. I'm going to try and do 36 hours. So my thinking is from noon Friday till midnight, at least midnight. To at least midnight on Saturday. Perhaps I'll just run to like 4 o'clock in the morning. I got to talk to Oz and be like, hey, I just want to do, Oz's Clubhouse on the channel. And I've already spoken with Sergeant Red, so they're going to be the de facto sponsor of it. They do Toys for Tots every year. And what I'm looking to do is anything that I make, every single super chat that comes in during that stream is going to go to Toys for Tots. Now, if that's $200 or $300, great. I would hope that, knowing that we're going to be doing this for Toys for Tots and going for 36 hours, maybe even a little bit longer, hopefully we could generate $1,000 at least. I would hope at least a minimum of $1,000. But what I do need help with doing, and there's no doubt about that, is there will probably be a couple times that I need to crash. I don't know if I can go 36 hours without taking a nap at some point. This is only going to be broadcast on my channel, and no, I will ask people for the help that I need. I don't want someone jumping in telling me, hey, this is what I'm going to do. No. This is my little baby. Kind of a control freak with a lot of things. But it's not saying that I don't need help with people, but I don't want someone jumping in thinking they're going to take this over. I've already seen other people do stuff like that, and it's not your idea. Don't sit there and try and take things over. Be there to be supportive. Johnny Reno says, I've gone 96 hours with no sleep before. It was probably when you were trying to cross the border and you had to wait. So I don't have to cross the border. I was born here. So the whole idea is obviously to have not just the people that we see on a normal basis that I will have on here, channel members or places that I might go, like Oz, but I would, I want to reach out to some other bigger YouTubers and see if they're willing to come on for an hour. I want to have it structured. Now, one of the things that we're going to be doing for sure, and I'm not sure what time slot it is that we will finally be doing an episode of Punks on Film again here for Raiders of the Lost Ark. Now, it ruins the whole bit that I've never seen an Indiana Jones movie, but it's something that I'm willing to do. So we are gonna do that. Like I said, I'm gonna be looking at talking to Oz, and again, no one's gonna be able to broadcast this on other channels. That's one thing I'm gonna disable because I want everything to come in through me, because that way I can show in the YouTube studio, I can show you exactly how much I made that day. So that way everyone knows exactly how much it is. And when, we go to Sergeant Red's, the way they do it is they give you a discount on the toys. Now, John's going to pick out the toys, but they all have to be newer toys. They can't be old stuff. They don't accept stuff like that. So we're looking to make this really big. But to talk to Oz, do the clubhouse that night. Now, do I think I can make it till 4 o'clock in the morning if I've been going for almost, over a day and a half? I don't know. But I am committed to go for 36 hours if YouTube and StreamYard allow me to. What I will need, obviously, as I structure how I have people come on, is that what I'm really going to be looking for, and the hardest part is the guys that their time zones are different than mine. And that is a reach out to Shark Eyes and Frostbite, Ronnie Trickshot, and Fuller Figures. They all do live streams. They're all on different sides of the planet. And that is where I feel like maybe if they are willing to jump on here and give me a hand on those dark, those hours that I'm going to be struggling, because not everyone's going to be awake. What I do want from everyone here that has a channel when we do this and leading up to it is that to ask you guys to put it on your community tabs. Because again, my kids have always had everything that they need and more than that. And I know a lot of you guys are the same way. And if this is something that we can do to give back, and again, it's going to be benefiting the kids of the Metro Detroit area mostly. But again, it doesn't really matter. If kids are struggling, it doesn't matter if it's here, Ohio, and kids don't have a choice to live in Ohio, right? California, Ireland, Australia, it doesn't matter. Like, these are the kids that, we can help out. And again, to think how many people that flow through here, just as I generate, I don't think to hit $1,000 should be that difficult. Now, the other thing is, if someone says, I don't want to deal with YouTube, and you want to send directly PayPal, I'm going to figure out something that way, and obviously show you the breakdown of anything that somebody sent me through PayPal. Because I have more to lose, and I want people to understand this. If you turn into some YouTube channel and you saw someone doing this and said, hey, you might be like, hey, how do I know these people aren't, how do I know this guy's just not going to rip someone off? I have more to lose than I have more to lose than gain if I was to take whatever money I made and took off, right? I've built this channel I built this channel to be something that is going to be sustainable going into the future. But I wanted to do it last year. I didn't have time to kind of put it all together and to do it. This year, I'm like, okay, it's time to do it. And there are some other things. Allison, if you're still here, I think we might ask if you're willing to do, if we can do a coloring episode here for an hour or so, where I want to integrate some of the other channels of what you guys are doing into this. Obviously, it would be all broadcast on here, but get eyes on everyone else too that's going to be helping out. But it's going to be really reaching out to some of these other YouTubers that I don't know, that are on other sides of the planet. Dan, who I think is a huge one that I might be able to reach out to, just because his time zone is going to be way different, where it might be very helpful in those really, really early, late hours of that Friday and Saturday. But obviously, Shark Eyes, Ronnie Trickshot, Frostbite, and Connor Fuller Figures, Connor Fuller. Those are the first ones that I want to ask, because they have been supportive of the channel from pretty much day one. These guys have been with me, supporting me. So if I can help them out, yeah. But yeah, so we're going to do, that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to present it to Sergeant Reds. As like I said, they are the de facto sponsors of it. And John was really cool. He's all about it. And then I talked to his wife Dee this weekend, and she lit up about it. And she has ideas of how, when we do the video, of giving them what they want to do. So I'm super, super excited. So the dates are going to be October 25th to the 26th. So Friday and that Saturday. So anything, and I'm not just going to say, hey, whatever's on that live stream. So if I make anything, any videos, whatever I earn those days, I think, I can track how much I make on that. But anything for that stream, whatever that thing makes, it all goes to Toys for Tots. So you guys just have to be prepared. The longer you can stick around, and if you want to do the whole, if you say, hey, you know what, I'm going to donate $50, and you don't have to donate anything if you don't want to. I mean, if you don't want to donate anything, that's fine. You hate the kids, it's cool. I get it. But let's say you want to donate $50, rather than donate $50, break it up. So then people will see, oh, wow, people are donating throughout. 10 here, 10 here later, 5 here. And I'm just throwing that out there. So, but yeah. And yeah, Joe G says, Hey, I'm happy to let my 300 off-world subs know. Hey, 300 subs that don't watch my content, that get their eyes on my content is great. 300 subs that get their eyes on my content, and whether they like me or not, are like, hey, this is a perfect place for me to go ahead and donate the toys for Tots. And it always feels good anytime you do a donation, especially to something like that. And you see these kids that are struggling. And like I said, my kids have everything plus some. So my kids have never had to go without. There have been plenty of times that, Susan, my ex, and I, we've had the struggle of like, hey, how are we going to do Christmas? Not how are we going to, like, what card are we going to pull? Are we going to have enough for the kids? That we've always had enough. We always make it. But unfortunately, there's just some kids who just don't. And it sucks. So it's something that I've really wanted to do for, since I started this. And finally, I'm like, I started really mentally visualizing it a couple months ago, because to me, this is something you have to just, all right, this is what we're doing. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. One of the things that's wonderful when you do your channel on your own, you get to make all the decisions. You don't have to worry about someone going, yeah, you know what? I'm not down for that. At the same time, you put all that risk on you, risk reward factor. But say hi to Four Feathers. What's up, punk, everyone? And we have Fatrid here. Will there be a way to be anonymous? Like you could know, but doesn't need to be everyone else. Well, yeah, so that's why I said I will set it up. So you can send me to, you probably do through PayPal. Matthew just said through Streamlabs. I'd have to look and see how to set that up. But PayPal, you could do it and it could be anonymous. I believe it. I mean, I would know. I wouldn't have to tell anyone, who it is. Believe me, I don't have any money on my PayPal. So, but again, there's another thing that I could show everyone exactly. Hey, this is how much that came in through PayPal. Because again, a lot of people do not want to send stuff through YouTube. I fully understand that. But again, I think I've been doing this long enough. I think I have a reputation that is secure enough that people can feel that they can completely trust me. The people can trust that I'm going to do what I said I'm going to do. So, but that is something that we would definitely that I will discuss with some people that have done other ways. I'm not sure how Streamlabs works. I just hate doing more and more and more. Just awful. Mr. Magna says, the wife and I always manage to steal from Peter to pay Paul. Welcome to the club. You know what? You and me both. You have a reputation already. I do. And I know that there are a lot of people that do not like me. All right? A lot of people that do not like me. A matter of fact, I just found out that someone doesn't like me that recently I sent everyone over to his channel so they could watch so they could sit there and they could watch Hella Dope Toys over there. I put it on my community tab. I wasn't going to be on Monday night. Hey, go over and watch Hella Dope Toys over on this channel. I had no idea who they were. Come to find out this weekend, I found out the guy doesn't even like me. All right. He compared me to Viper Island. Said we're birds of a feather. All right, that's really cool of you, but yes, it's because I'm slimy. I think it's safe to say that Hal Jordan, Ray Paz, Sharik. I will not be donating in the telethon. Action Figures says they don't like you. They don't like you because they don't know the real you, or they don't like me because they know the real me. Hey, I know a lot of people say that I'm way different in person. I don't know if that's true. Okay, I will say I've never heard that Retro Blasting has said anything bad about me, but I'm just gonna assume that he doesn't like me. Then there was a time Christmas was almost canceled because Lawrence was going to dress as Santa, but they only had an elf costume in his size. See, those things like that are mean. I want to do something for the kids, and you guys want to insult me by my size. But yeah. I'm trying to think. Matthew asked. Yeah. So I will do my best to figure out something if you want to do it anonymously. If you don't want to, a lot of people do not want to, send stuff through, through YouTube, and that's fully understandable. But again, I think most people can, get on board with something like this. And again, if it's $2, it's $2. I mean, you figure, I regularly can get about 100 people in here, so. There's no reason why you just figure $10 each. Hell, there's your $1,000. And I'm hoping through other people want to just kind of join in, say, hey, you know what? It's a perfect way to donate. They're gonna see this stuff get donated. They're gonna see what their dollars went to at Sergeant Red's. And like I said, when I brought this up yesterday, I already talked to John about this. And then I was talking to D about it, and man, D got super excited. I mean it. If you guys live here in Michigan and you haven't gone to Sergeant Red, you need to. If you want to take a trip to check out some toy stores, this is another place you need to go. As I mentioned, we have a bunch of good toy stores. John and D are just absolute wonderful people at Sergeant Red's. Even better when you get to meet them in person. John, when you get John alone, you just take me and amp it up about 3 times. All right? You think I can be animated? John is something else. All right? John is something fucking else. We'll just say that. All right. And we have Merman who showed up. Well, hey, everyone. I'm Merman. I love Merman. So, okay. I finally felt like I could talk and bring it up here. Unfortunately, this is one of the smallest streams because I don't really have a topic right now. So, it's crazy. When people are like showing up, when people are like, hey, you know what? This is a good topic. But no G.I. Joe, it's clearly a little bit less, but hey, I appreciate everyone showing up here. I don't appreciate 19% of you saying that I should make nice with Viper Island, but hey, you're all entitled to your own opinion. Merman says, well, I do love Fish Sticks, Lone Dragon. I'm Merman. All right, so I'll say it again. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. Again, we are still in my son's birthday. If you haven't yet, if you're just joining in right now, please head over there, subscribe to his channel. Hopefully, as he starts to create more content, as we start to do more stuff, he'll be able to put stuff out there. Either way, like I said, he's doing one thing for Sergeant Reds. Hopefully, this becomes a continuous thing where he's reaching out, and if anyone wants to have him edit some stuff, they can reach out to him because he does do a good job. And he really does. Actually, I already talked to Ted at Hella Dope Toys. He actually talked to me about some stuff. So maybe one day he'll be doing some work for Hella Dope Toys. I hear they pay really well, right, Ed? Hello Dope Toys. All right. As I mentioned earlier, stickers, they all went out today. I think there's less than 20 people because I only bought 20 stickers. And so less than 20 stickers, 20 stamps. So please, if you want some stickers, hit me up. punkmatoys@gmail.com. Please send me there. Don't go to Instagram or anywhere else because I can keep it all organized over there. Instagram, it's just going to get lost. Yeah, he doesn't want to do stuff like that. What I need is this guy right here and that other moderator to get on doing a couple promos for their shows tomorrow. Well, Johnny, I need your address. You can text it to me because you have my phone number. If you have my phone number, you can text me your address, all right? Other than that, just send it over to the other place. All right. So there is some toys, I guess, that we can quickly take a look at. So here we go. So Hi-End Toys is coming out with a Daryl Dixon Dark Eyes Walker figure. Now, this one kind of confuses me because, well, Daryl wasn't in the comic and he never changed in The Walking Dead. So I'm not really sure why they did this, but hey, if this is something you want, it is the 1/18 scale figures, actually 4.1 figures. And yeah, you can go ahead and get it. Let's see. Ed says here, I'm trying to get my partner in crime to focus. Well, he can, stop trying to put out fucking stands. All right. I said it. Stop trying to put out fucking stands. All right. Travis, just come on. They're fucking stands. People have been waiting over a fucking year for stands. Just fucking move on. All right. If you're not going to get them out, just fucking move on. I know you love stands. I know you do. Clint Dragon says, do you have Little Caesars pizza scratch and sniff? Dude, if you want, I can go get some Little Caesars tomorrow. I could throw the stickers in the box, and yeah, they would smell like Little Caesars the rest of their existence. Lone Dragon says probably an iconic walk from the Daryl Dixon show, movie, game, whatever it is. Yeah, but maybe, but it looks like it's supposed to be Daryl Dixon, right? But hey, maybe you're right because yeah, I have not watched it. Although I heard that it's really good, but it's you know what? Okay. Because the name of the show is Daryl Dixon, isn't it? All right. Now it makes more sense. Good job. Good job, Lone Dragon. Yeah, you're probably right. Okay, I was thinking Daryl Dixon, but I'm looking at it. It's Walking Dead, the Daryl Dixon show. All right. But again, if you like zombies, you like your 1/18 scale figures, here you go. This guy's got some crazy ass looking hands, though. I can give you that much. Some weird ass knees. But he does have a muzzle. Again, something like I mentioned, I don't have. Stanley Everett. I was humored by the opening for Beverly Hills Cop 4 Little Caesars Arena. I really enjoyed Beverly Hills Cop before. And obviously living here in Michigan, and yes, I'll tell you I'm from Detroit if we don't live in the same state because you're not going to know where Mount Clemens is. I grew up 8 miles outside of Detroit. I didn't grow up on 8 Mile. I grew up 8 miles outside of Detroit. 16 mile. 8 Mile is the border. Math. But I drive through Detroit a lot. So seeing all those different spots, seeing Little Caesars Arena, the jokes about a black man going to a hockey game is very comical. I'm not going to lie. But I love the fact that Beverly Hills Cop, they always film the Detroit parts in Detroit. Unlike, other places that something's supposed to be set in Detroit and they film it in Dallas or they film it in Canada. God, I hope no one ever films something from Detroit in Ohio because that'd just be blasphemy. But I thought with Beverly Hills Cop, with all of them, they've always done a wonderful job in seeing a lot of these places that I know. And the fact that they did a Little Caesars Arena didn't say, like somebody that isn't familiar, they probably would have said Joe Louis Arena, thinking that that's still where the Red Wings play at. And it's not even close to where they play at anymore. So I absolutely loved it. I enjoyed the movie. But so here's a zombie. Again, not much to talk about. So he comes with a muzzle, 4.1 inches, and he gets one little. Yeah, this seems like a lot for this figure. I have a feeling he's going to be fairly expensive too. It's Detroit. Okay. So Canadians, because we get to watch a lot of the Canadian broadcasting, they call it Detroit. Detroit. They actually pronounce it right. Detroit. It is Detroit, not Detroit. And so anyone that lives in the area, they're gonna that can actually speak proper English, they're gonna refer to it as Detroit, not Detroit. So it is a hard E, Detroit, and it's not Detroit City. You can say the city of Detroit, but it's just Detroit, not Detroit City. Detroit is still there. What the hell happened to Delta City? But anyway, so here is what we were talking about earlier. And I know we showed this last week, but this Chun-Li, like this laughing face, they really need to just make a head pack so we can use it with our red one and our blue one and just sell it to us for like $10, right? Put out in Target and be like, here you guys go, laughing Chun-Li face. And the hands. I want the hands too. But yeah, this thing is God, just the laughing face, like the pictures you could do with it, and these figures just I love them. Again, if you don't have any of these, then you are just missing out on some amazing figures here. But yeah, San Diego Comic-Con, I might have it in now. So Thatcher says Detroit. Yeah, it's Detroit. Detroit. I guess some people will say Detroit. I think most people say Detroit. Like Detroit. I think that's just. Just trying to think. Detroit. Now you have me thinking. Detroit. Yeah, I guess some people do refer to it as Detroit, but it's really considered Detroit. But like I said, it's not Detroit City. Like that is. No one from the area has ever referred to it as Detroit City. Also, the song, what was it? Not Foreigner. Whoever sings "Born and Raised in South Detroit." There is no South Detroit. I know I already talked about this. Yeah. Yes, like Mr. Miyagi. Or the Kentucky Fried Movie. Take him to Detroit. um, and I'm not gonna say this is like the hottest picture of a toy I think I've ever fucking seen in my entire life. Just gonna say that, all right? Yes, Viper. Yeah, Journey. Thank you very much. I couldn't think of it. And I know I talked about this before. They used to always go on Drew and Mike, which is a show here, and it was in Southfield. And the story is it was in homage to them, but they actually thought that it was South Detroit. There's East Detroit. There's the West Side. There's North Detroit. There's no South Detroit. I know someone's going to say, well, there has to be if you have the other ones. No, South Detroit is Windsor, Canada. All right? It's actually below us. It's weird. It goes out. It's weird. Someone ban this motherfucker. All right? You know, I might just have Tony pop in to yell at you right now. And here is, well, that's Tony Figs, but this is Ted Darklaw. Hello, friends. Ted, I was saying earlier, you have to go watch Legend series from yesterday. He has an amazing Skeletor. And I think that your next Mossman video should have Mossman talking to Skeletor. When you hear his voice, you will be so fucking blown away. Jay Solora says, saw the Player 2 Red Chun-Li at Target this weekend. Passed on it. Just going to go with the originals for this line. Yeah, I picked that one up too. You can find a lot of them. I don't think that one's going to be hard to find. Again, what makes this one so special is the faces. Just this laughing face would be worth it, in my personal opinion. But it also has these. It also has the stupid thing. It has the fingers here too, so pretty cool. I might use my connection. I still got to talk to my daughter and make sure, like, hey, can you do this stuff for me? Can you get some of this stuff for me? But again, first things first, you have to secure. My daughter's going to be there because I don't know if I can trust other people. Getting that Cobra Commander. So I think we looked at this last week. Here's your Saw figure from NECA. Like I said, there's not much toy news. Very little stuff here. Ted says, or Allison says, Ted, I heard you were hanging with the Lawrence hater, which means you must have gone to Ohio State Fair. Hey, this is what I love about Ted and Aaron. They know that a lot of people that they are friends with and a lot of people that support them and shows that they go on do not like me. But you know what? They don't care. Ted has already said, hey, I stick up for you. And it's the same way that I don't like some of these people. I don't expect them. Because, again, what fucking type of friend is like, hey, I don't like them. You can't be friends with them either. I love the fact that there's been no pure, no pressure on them to not, come on here, be on my channel, be friends with me. Just like, I'm not going to ever fucking put pressure on any of them or any of my friends, not just them. Matthew listens to a bunch of fucking people that I don't like. He's my moderator. I don't give a shit, so I have a lot of respect for that. I think it's also funny that I think Ted's just realizing how many people dislike me. Which I think is actually shocking. I would mail stickers to Ohio. if they were going to Ted and Aaron. Aaron may get a Michigan one to go with it too. But no, Ted and Aaron have been huge supporters of this channel, just as I'm a huge supporter of theirs and everything that they're doing, including their store, Hello Dope Toys, which is a legit store. You can tell because their website doesn't look scummy anymore. It looks like one, if I ordered something from it, I might actually get something in one business day. That's right, one business day. Ted, I'm not joking you. I have said that so fucking much. I can't even stop. Yeah, Ted says here, Lawrence, I can't go to the gas station without finding a Larry Hader. He has that charm. You are absolutely correct. I have that charm. All right, well, back to this thing here. Again, if you're into horror, if you're into Scream, no, this isn't Scream, this is Saw. But they also make Scream figures too. Now, again, some pretty cool accessories, especially the little cage that goes around the head. Pretty awesome. But I know nothing about this. Like I said, I remember the one where the girl jumps in the needles. And the only reason I remember that is because I thought she was super hot. And I guess that was kind of kinky. Yes. That Matthew guy, always in the punk hater groups. I know. I once asked Matthew, I go, why do you still listen to them? And his answer was, so I can update you on what they said. There was something to that effect. And I was like, all right, man. But anyway, if you're interested in this, hey, it's there for you. This is not something that I would be getting, but I'll still say it. I think accessories. I think NECA makes some of the best damn accessories out there. And a lot of times they're not going to be able to be reused ever again other than other figures like this. I'm trying to find the accessories here. This thing is just creepy. Let's say hi to Kiwi GI Customs and Collecting. Johnny Reno says we have 109 votes. And the only way I can look at it is if I click here and then you can see me. 109 votes. You are absolutely correct, Johnny. Johnny can do math. Where's our accessories at? So look at that thing. It's got a little tape recorder. Again, unfortunately, NECA never goes on sale. Never goes on clearance or anything like that. So let's get to the beginning here. I think that's where they showed the accessories. So yeah, so here's everything that it comes with. Again, really cool. So Ted here says, Punk has been nothing but genuine to us. He is a friend. I defend that when necessary. I'll go back to my 3POA friends when I think something is inaccurate. Outside of that, I mind my business. And again, you know how I'm not a big fan of most of the people that are part of the 3POA, but you're friends with them. And that's perfectly fine. You don't need to hate, or I don't want to say hate. You don't need to dislike people that I dislike, just like you shouldn't dislike people that they dislike. I know not everyone feels like that. There are a lot of people that feel betrayed anytime one of their friends is friends with someone that they don't like. Hey, these are my fucking issues, right? I don't need everyone behind me fucking, to support me. I can speak for myself. So, but I appreciate your friendship. Besides, I mean, how could you dislike me after we hung out at that bar with all the furries, right? Is that what they're called? Furries. And then there's this. Oddly enough, that I finally did the review. I finally did that review on that reaction figure. And Allison, look what shows up. A Deke. That's right. A Deke Scarlet. Same head sculpt. Same body. Same thing. Other than it looks like I don't remember if it. I don't think it had this, so I think this was added onto it. But she has her quiver and her crossbow. But just kind of comical that I just finally did that. And Allison, I did read your comment, which I thought was pretty funny. If you watched that my review of the Glenda reaction figure, and then you read Allison's comment that she wrote something like, "I love the accuracy of the description," where she literally did say, "I'm like," she goes, "You can review it too, and then send it to me. That way, I don't have to worry about breaking a nail." These are the types of things I fucking remember. So anyway, there is your reaction, Deke Scarlet. But there's really no toy news right now. I'm assuming probably next week there's going to be more as we're going into. What are these? Ooh, wow, look at this. Spin Master. Batman, Bane. Look at that. Whew. Batman Returns. We got Bane. Ooh, man. I can tell you that the little Spin Masters that I picked up from Aquaman, those figures for $10. Well, I mean, I got them on clearance, but I think they're $10 normally. Those Spin Masters are way better than they deserve to be for that price. Considering, Super 7 is trying to, charge you $20. We're not trying. Well, I guess they're trying to. Most people wait till they go on clearance. $20 for a 5 POA figure. Spin Masters make some really good small figures. I think Matthew said the exact same thing. Dem Guns jumps in here. Sup, Pumpkin Chat? Another toy news not covering Super 7 Vacny Ultimate. What is that? I mean, I didn't put anything together. So what Super 7 is that? So I got Thundercats here. People are tired of the Super 7 stuff. But I'm not even seeing it anywhere. Oh, I forgot to mention, Mythic Legions showed this or hinted at a new Cosmic Legions. I was looking at some of the Cosmic Legions. I just am not a fan. I know I have a couple. I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan of the Cosmic Legions. I don't know why. I think Mythic Legions is a perfect wheelhouse. I'm not telling them not to do that because clearly there is a there's people that want it, but just not for me. Demgut says Eagle Force is my focus right now. I have one figure and it's a damn good figure. Matthew, Spin Master has been making great stuff. Yeah, like I said, though, I mean they were Aquaman figures, but how to do a little review on it to see what they're like. Awesome. Well, where the hell is it at? Because I don't see it anywhere. Is it up for pre-order? I mean, I missed this one. This new? See, all these figures are the exact same. And it's like the same buck that keeps coming out. Oh, I'm super. Yeah, I don't even know what it is. Ted says, I was trying to sell some Super 7 on eBay for my collection. Huge tank in the market. Great time to grab a Super 7 figure because they're finally available for what they're worth. Andrew Davis, yes. they are. I mean, they've already said that they are putting the O-rings are on hiatus for them. 1/18 scale in general is on hiatus. Emily talked about on Dan Who that she said, they've learned from every HasLab, and one thing is when it came to the Sky Striker, not to do a HasLab for something that can still be found on eBay at relatively the same price. And she's absolutely correct. You can still find Rattlers for $200. I know that's expensive, but classified is what they're doing. And again, when you go ahead and you look at the HasLab Sky Striker, it didn't hit all the tiers. It didn't even hit 18,000. A lot of people have Sky Strikers, but both the HasLab, classifieds have blown through the roof. So there would be no reason for them to attempt to do 1/12 scale. So let's go check out Super 7 since you guys want to discuss something. Can't be that hard to find their website. I would assume it's got to be up there, right? Is it for sale? Yeah, I don't even know. Back name will be shown in hand at SDCC when pre-orders for. So how am I supposed to talk about it if I can't see it? What is it from? Because I think I think that their Super 7 Ultimates the worst. I think those things look really awesome. Their quality is so bad that I don't even really like pushing anyone over there. Like if you really want it, I mean, I put up all those G.I. Joe ones this week, and some people grabbed them because I know a lot of people like Storm Shadows. They collect Storm Shadows. You were able to get them for, I want to say, $30. He went up to 40 shortly after that, but I think he was 30 for at first. And say hi to Sonny Sundry really quick. Oh, Sonny's comments and reactions. He changed. You changed your name, Sonny. Yeah, I will. So I'm still going to be talking about Super 7, and the only thing that I don't talk about, I don't talk Turtles, just because it's not my wheelhouse. If Mezco does it, I might, but there's so many. So I don't talk NECA Turtles, I don't talk Super 7 Turtles, and I don't talk about other Turtles other than maybe if it's like NECA or something, something surprising. If Hasbro did a O-ring turtle line, I would probably discuss it. It says renders of Vecni are easily searched. Okay, let me see if I can find it really quick. I wasn't looking super hard, I'm not gonna lie. But I also haven't seen very much. I just had a lot going on this weekend. It turned out to be a good week to not have a lot of stuff come out. Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, I did see it. I did see this, and it does look pretty awesome. And that's something I definitely would have covered. Now, I'll be more interested to see when they decide to show the articulation points on it. I mean, to me, it's just the articulation is such a huge deal because their quality has been so bad. And that's unfortunate. but they have no one to blame but themselves when myself and other YouTubers discuss their quality. I've mentioned Mythic Legions. They don't have great articulation. People overlook that because their paint, their sculpt, their accessories are just dead on. Now I look at something like this, and if this was how it's going to come out, and the paint's going to look proper, then yeah, you could probably justify it being $65 or $55. Although it looks like he might be kind of tall, he may jack the price up. You know, he likes doing stuff like that. But yeah, so yeah, they're kind of. I mean, but I did see this. I actually did see this and thought it looked pretty cool. Now, again, if there was more digital render, again, I didn't do any slides. When I started doing the show, I never did slides. I would just use other websites. And when I started having issues of everything kind of lagging, I stopped. But I realized that having the slides really keeps things going more smoothly than trying to scroll through pages. I'm already long-winded, as we all know, right? So, Pop Leonard says, I voted yes. I voted yes because I wanted to hear from someone who actually has talked to her or had a message conversation with them. There's enough vitriol in our country, so let's try something different. And here's Emerald Knight. Sup, everyone? He tunes in right as I'm showing a Super 7. And like I said, this guy does such wonderful photography that he even makes Super 7 Ultimates look good in his pictures. And that right there is a chore. All right. Yeah, I don't really have anything else. Let's see if there's anything on Toy Habits really quick. How's it riveting right now? Yeah, we just have Amazon Prime Day tomorrow. Oh, wait, okay. So, look at this. Let's get rid of some Let's get rid of some viewers right now. Toy Habits is showing Great Black Wizard Motu Origins figure tease as possible Snake Lair unlock. Well, why has he got to be a black wizard? Why can't he just be a wizard? I think people in the Midwest know that when someone says, oh my God, I hit black ice, and you say, why has it got to be black ice? All right, so I have mentioned before, even though I'm not really collecting Origins, as a matter of fact, that face is not back there, Tony, where you're at. Look at that. That is a white face if I've ever seen it. I mean, it's a skull, so it makes sense. I'm not going to say this, but I'll show it. Don't ask Tony. He hates diversity. Joe says, I wrecked my car and I heard that black ice joke 100 times. Why is white magic good and black magic bad? You know what? I gotta say something right now. And this is okay. This has nothing to do with what was said here. This shit makes me laugh. If you are one of the people that feel the need to send me fucking racist fucking reels or sexist reels or homophobic reels on Instagram, fucking stop. I don't know what point in anything that I've ever said on this stream or to anyone that makes one think I'm a racist, a sexist, or a homophobe. All right? Don't send me this shit anymore. All right, please. I don't find it funny. I find certain things comical, but certain things come from people that I know, and we understand where each are coming from. But some of you will send me shit that I don't fucking get. Like, dude, what made you think I have an issue with fucking, gays? At what point? When did I say that I'm fucking racist? Please, so stop sending me this shit. All right? If you're one of those people, don't send me this shit anymore. Because I have no fucking room for it. I don't watch it. I just go, whatever. I find some jokes funny, yes. But some of you will send me shit that is not fucking funny. And again, I've said to Matthew numerous times, I get people that have an issue that think that I am a fucking Republican, and I have other people that think I'm a Democrat, and Matthew has said that means you're doing your job. People don't know where you stand. I'll tell you where I stand. I think for myself. I don't follow a party line. It's kind of crazy. I can only imagine how much shit I'm going to get now, but it makes it easier to weed out the... And the worst part is, like, when you're sending me this shit, I know you're a fucking homophobe, or you're sexist, or you're a racist. It's not something you should fucking be proud of, although maybe you are. It's actually something I meant to mention earlier on a few other streams that I kind of forget. But yeah, and in all honesty, I don't really see anyone that's in the chat that does it. So, but there are people that will send me this stuff all the fucking time. And I'm just like, dude, please point to a part in a stream, a fucking video that I've done that I've ever said, hey, I want to see this type of stuff. I'm never going to be that person that goes, I have black friends, I have gay friends. I fucking... I just have fucking friends, and some may be black, some may be fucking gay. I don't give a shit, But yeah. No, but again, the people that send me shit don't send me shit. that's equal across the board. Punk, tell him that's for my channel. Again, there are certain people that I can go back and forth with. Because what we're sending, we know how we are. There are other people that they just cross that line right away, and it's like, dude, I don't fucking know you. I don't know at what point you thought that like that shit was fucking funny. Now you're gonna send me fucking Ohio shit. Yeah. I don't think you can be like racist, sexist, homophobe against a state. Because we all know. But anyway, they just came up with the black ice thing. All right. Maybe that's the thing that maybe people thought, right? Maybe that's what people actually thought. I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to this thing. But this figure actually looks cool. I don't see. I can turn on a dime there. Yeah, I am. Radnam says you are Ohio phobic. All right, I can accept that one. I can accept that one all day long. All right. What the hell? Come on. But I get rid of this. I have no problem with humor. I'm not talking about, I'm not talking about when I watch a comedian that goes down the road like that. That is not what I'm talking about. And I don't know if that's what you're trying to say. But, and again, when you know someone, it's one thing. But when someone constantly sends you something that is homophobic, that's no longer funny. You know what I mean? Like you are alienating one section of people. When someone sends you stuff that is racist, against either blacks or something that is against Jews or whatever, right? That's no longer comedy. That is me sending you jokes about a specific race, religion, sex, over and over and over. That's, hey, this is who I am. If I want to see fucking racist people, I go to some fucking, skinhead fucking oi band fucking shows and deal with them there. Anyway, back to this. That was just me getting fucking sidetracked. Go figure, right? But anyway, I have no idea who this guy is, but I do think he looks awesome. And I mentioned it before that I really think a lot of these new Origin figures, even though I'm not really collecting them anymore, and I'm actually going to be probably getting rid of my Origins collection, at least most of it. Some of these newer figures their sculpts are so good that they do not give you that vibe of what the Origins were. They seem more high-end scale. And I don't know if that's because of some of these other, 5.5-inch line figures that people have been giving and stuff, but they've done a really good job. So this is just imitating Skeletor, Beastman, and Merman. Merman, where are you? I got you on screen right here. Let's see. Fangor, Great Black Wizard, Red Shadow, Gladiator. I have no idea what the hell some of this stuff is. But I think this is a cool looking character. I mean, how Mythic Legions hasn't grabbed this thing and made this? Joe? Come on, Joe G. You're like friends with him, right? Probably got him on speed dial. Probably can text the guy right now and say, hey, why don't you make this? I think the snake layer, isn't that didn't that win their next playset? Because they did someone's got to know here. They did a thing on from Mattel Creations, like what should be the next playset, and Roman's just over there chilling out. I'll get right on that. But yeah, it does look pretty damn cool. But it looks like somehow, is it Skeletor of some sort? Great Black Wizard. Evil sorcerer of techno magic. Does that mean like the music is techno and shit? Anyway. But yeah. So that's from Toy Habits, who again, Michael will be on here. Allison Troy says Snake Layer will most likely be the crowd fund. The rumor is it's going to be an unlocked tier. Okay. See, I knew I still had somebody in here that is a Motu person. All my Motu guys have gone to find other Motu streams. Because if they don't hear it was in the first half hour, they're like, he's not going to talk Motu. Factured says, looks like Loki mixed with Skeletor. Yeah, I can kind of see that. 3 stars says, that would look good on my Skelf. The Skelf accepts the races of skeletons. Yep, the Warlock from Hero Quest, pretty much. I'm assuming that's what you're saying it looks like. All right. And then what they tease this here, the Battle Armor Skeletor official high-res box art. I like the chainmail, the chain armor, not the chainmail, the chain armor that he has on. I as a kid, I loved the battle armor stuff. Even though I think everyone that I ever played with was broken, but I always just thought they were so awesome. I thought that stuff was so good. And here's another thing. Have you seen what Hasbro's been doing for G.I. Joe here? Is they're doing File Card Friday, which I think is really cool. Just doing the File Card series, considering they can't give us one language due to many reasons. Hasbro demands it, and again, as I mentioned before, it's not a G.I. Joe thing. You go look at the Transformers, like those retro Transformers. The back of those boxes are in multi-language too, and it looks really stupid because it's trying to give, what their stuff is. Their what the hell's it called? Their abilities are, and they're in 5 languages. It looks awesome. Did you send this to me? I honestly I don't have Instagram up. I know someone sent something to me. But I like this idea. Obviously doing this, you're gonna get 52 figures a year. It's something all they have to do is load, and they should be able to catch up after a couple years or a few years to where you're having all the figures have a File Card Friday. But yeah, I think this is really cool. So that Scarlet looks way better than the original. That short ass hair. This is such an iconic looking. She's only an E5, which is almost as what Duke is. Anyway, so I'll be interested to see how they do that, how they continue to grow that. Pop Blender says, my new Queen Amidala life-size doll is a perfect woman for me. She doesn't say a word unless I ask her a question, and she answers me in my voice. What a perfect woman. This is a joke. Oh my gosh. So, we're coming to the end. I'm trying to give you guys 3 hours. I'm trying to go into that next day. Again, if you do want some stickers, please hit me up. Let me see if anyone has sent me any messages to the to my other one here. Okay, so Justin Anderson, Brick Something, and Chad N. How do I store some stickers, Chad? Just what you just did. Yes, so I will. I'm not going to say his name. He's not listening right now, but most people don't know Brick Something's real name. But I have to say that when you hear what it is, and you can ask him, I'm just like, I didn't see that coming. It's just, I'm so used to just calling him Brick. And then when you hear what his real name is, because he never says it, it's not like highly articulated. You know his name is Adam. You know it's Jay from Geek Dad Life. You obviously know what my name is. Even Viper Island. Liam. some people, like Sharik, they don't let you know what their name is, but it's a common name, Sharik. It's the artist Shark. But when I hear Brick's name, I'm just like, it doesn't register. Is all I can say. But yeah, if you guys do want some stickers, please send it over. Send over the email, punkwithtoys@gmail.com. Very simple. Okay. So quickly, here's what I want you to do. Matthew and Ed, are you still here? Put in a link to your channels. If you guys don't know, I want you guys to go over and subscribe to both these channels. So Matthew and Pop Blender. Well, actually, let me start. Action Fig Ed and Travis, Mr. Wonderful. They do a show at 9 p.m. on Tuesday. At 10 p.m., Matthew Matson, the moderator, and Pop Blender do another show. Now, since Pop is here, I want a commercial. I want both of you to have a commercial. I want to put them back to back so I can play it. 15 seconds. 15 to 30 seconds. It doesn't have to be long. It's something that I can. Roman, you gotta wait, buddy. You gotta wait. You got 13 more minutes and then we're done. But yeah, I want some commercials. I want to push your guys' stuff, especially towards the end of this. But go over there, subscribe to both their channels, watch their stuff. There's other people that are on. Aaron Toy Enhancer is also on Tuesday. I'd have mentioned this before. There's no way to avoid it. You find a day that works for you. That's what you go with. Legend Series is on with Toy Games and Yojo Jerk and Disavowed on Monday starting at 8. They eat into my time. Hey, it's my job to put on a good enough product that if people want to switch from there and come over here or watch it on the replay and go watch theirs on the replay, it doesn't matter. Like, that's what time that works for them. I can't be mad at them. All right. They found something that works for them and it's awesome. So unfortunately, there's a lot of stuff on Tuesdays. And then I got to get to this here. Where is it right now? I think I would know where all this stuff is, right? Why the hell is it? Man.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
And because you asked for it.
Welcome to the creamery. Welcome to the creamery. Welcome to the creamery.
Pop Blender with the $5 chat saying creamery, 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 creamery. I can't believe I did that. Thank you for the super chat. Aaron says, "Don't mess with my Tuesday night, guys." Hey, I'm sorry, man. Like, they came in there. Actually, Ed has been on Tuesdays for quite some time. He was just doing it with his son. Matthew and Pop Blender, they came in, and I cannot believe that one of the guys that you have on your stream all the time, Darren, that his cousin would just come in there and try and kick you in the balls and just try and take your time slot. Yes, Roman is crying right here. I'll say it again. You find a time that works for you. It is up to me. If someone is going up against me, if someone is putting on a show against me, it is my job as a content creator to give you guys the best viewing that I can give you. And if you like watching someone a little bit better than me, then that's fine. You might want to watch them live. But I need to give someone, and everyone else does too, a reason to go back and watch the replay. Go back, sit there, turn it on while they're driving, sit, watch, or listen to it while they're working. You don't really have to see too much stuff that I'm showing here. We have Sherlock here. I thought that was my dog crying. I can't tell you how many times that I will have something on if I'm rewatching something or editing one of my videos, and you hear Roman crying or he barks in the background, or maybe it comes on after I've finished watching something, I'm not paying attention, and it's like you hear it and it's like, oh shit, and then you realize, oh, he's not even in the room. He's already downstairs. How sometimes he might even be outside. Matthew says, I can't believe 10% of you guys want to make nice with Viper Island. 18% want that. 118 votes. 18% want me to make nice with Viper Island. Yeah, I can tell you it's not going to happen. I just want to know what people would say. And I'm assuming probably half of those people just did it as a joke. Random says, I have yet to find an actual time that works for me. I just start when I start. Yeah, and if that's something that works for you, I mean, you again, if that works, for you, you thought it was a Bob? No. There is only one Bobcat. I really don't do this, but you have been really good in here. Shoot on over there. What the hell was that? Was there like a Bobcat attacking someone, or what the hell was that noise?
Jesus Christ, what was that?
It sounded like a Bobcat attacking. I normally don't do this, especially to someone who just jumped in, but he's been so good. Go check out his YouTube channel and give him a subscribe.
Yes. Yeah, dude, his videos are actually pretty cool. I like his videos. He's asking questions back to the community to get them to kind of guide where he wants to go with what he wants to review and stuff. He's been making some good videos.
Okay, yeah. What was the noise? What was the fucking noise? Because that sounds
nobody's gonna fess up. What was that?
I think it was usual Mike. He's the only one that has little people running around him. He's the only one with people around him.
He looked a little suspicious.
I didn't see nothing.
That sounded like a bobcat outside my house does.
He might just always look suspicious now that I'm looking at him a little.
We don't have bobcats. Was it you?
Suspicious Mike. I love that random. He's like, he does look a little suspicious. Dude, that was, oh my God. I was so worried I was the only person that heard it. All right. And thank God, like, it was not me. Matthew Mazin, who's been a member for 10 months. Thank you very much for not only subscribing and being a channel member, but also being one of my two favorite moderators that I have here. Charcoal says, even if you tried, I doubt he'd even give it a time of day. Without the drama and the shit talking, what would he do with his channel? You are absolutely correct. Although it seems like he's trying to make nice, I do really think that him posting my video and doing what he was doing, I think that's, to me, that's him trying to play games. Hey, you know what? Let's see if I can get these other people who already don't like him to see if I can see if they'll start saying shit like, oh, well, I mean, look at this guy. He fucking went out on this fucking huge fucking rant about him, and now he's fucking forgiving him. And, I believe it was Analog Toys, who, again, I don't watch, so I don't know. They said all he has to really do is say, hey, I'm sorry. I've done things the wrong way. I really got stuck in my ways, and, I apologize. So, unfortunately, he just can't do it. Vine Jungle Figure Factory says, I had to run, but keep killing it. Well, I'm going to be done very soon. I hope you're going to be back next week, or this Thursday, shall I say. And Pop Blender donating the membership.
Welcome to the Creamery.
And Slade Poe became a channel member. He was the one that was gifted. And I gotta say, I don't think I've ever seen Slade Poe even comment. So congratulations. It's still great to have you here. Yes, Analog Toys did call me a punk ass with toys. He also called me a see you next Tuesday. And Action Fake says, fucking Bobcats. That night was absolutely awesome. James Lucas has been a member for 8 months. Again, thank you very much. Because of that, when you do this, I think I should do that.
Welcome to the Creamery.
Gotta figure out, I gotta get something else for people that mention when they've been a member for that long. Because you're not welcome to the cream. You're already part of the Creamery. So I gotta figure out something else, right? Todd C says he wanted an enemy of your enemy as your friend, not realizing no one wants to be his friend except Ken. No clue why he didn't shout him out. He's the only one openly defending Viper Island. Okay, so I had to think about this. You must be talking about 3 stacks to the max, Ken. Because I read Ken and I thought Toy Connections. And unless if Ken has completely done a fucking 180, he's no fucking fan of Viper Island. I mean, I can't believe I have to defend the guy that thinks that Bret Hart is better than Shawn Michaels, and that we all didn't see Bret Hart tap out. But yeah. Northern Nomad says Analog Toys has a way with words. Hey, if you don't like me, you don't like me. And if you want to call me a see you next Tuesday, you can call me a see you next Tuesday. And if you want to say a punk ass with toys, that's fine. It actually was pretty damn comical. I'm not going to be 100%. I just say, if you were going to do a whole breakdown video of all the stuff that Viper Island has done, don't be biased, because I was unfortunately the first person that he actually did take down a channel, at least that people know of. And I know that, Chad and others have talked about how, hey, you know what? Everyone just kind of took it. I would not say that I just took it. I would not say that I wasn't fucking boisterous about what Viper Island did. I believe I was very fucking boisterous, considering you go back and watch those live streams and see exactly how I broke everything down, showing what he's done. But whatever. I mean, but I find again how it's hard to take someone that does a video serious when they omit someone because they have a bias against them and don't like them personally. Well, you're taking the story away, the proper story. It doesn't make a lot of sense. But again, this is the same guy that also found a way to do the top 10 O-ring army builders and somehow turn it into a commercial for the Valiverse Steel Brigade 6-inch figures. That takes a lot of talent to figure that one, to shoehorn that in, So I have my feelings. He's not a fan of mine. I'm not a fan of his either. I used to think he used to make really good videos. I thought he did really good content, but things change. I'm sure a lot of people think the same thing about me, and that's perfectly fine. I know where I stand. I got this small little mid-grade channel, and I'm just kind of cruising along. So, look at that. 3 hours. Woo! Fatrid says, Nomad, Larry has a way with words. I do. Shark Guy says, some people just want clout of taking down that douche canoe and omitting you was a choice that was made. Yeah, no, again, admitting me, and he didn't deny it either, so at least he didn't deny it. Again, I talked about the whole fucking Viper Island thing, and there were people that really jumped on the lynching that really shouldn't have. I do think that you should speak out, but it's not fun losing your channel, especially if you conversate with a lot of people through that, and that's how they know you. So yeah, it sucked. But as I mentioned earlier, again, you can't make this stuff up. But I was on the shitter when I get this Viper Island tagged you in a post, and you're like, it said the Island Viper, right? Like that's who. And I'm like, nope. And I saw it, and I'm like, well, maybe no one will see it. It took like 15 minutes before it was all over. Before it was posted in the Facebook group, before it was posted in our Joe Fest group, before about 3 other people sent me either on Instagram or Facebook. But oh well. I just have to make it clear. I have nothing to do with that guy. I will have nothing to do with that guy. I can hold the grudge better than anyone. I don't know if that's something to be proud of, but hey. Aaron says, I lie to get chicks all the time. Oh, you meant clicks. Well, you can lie. You can lie to get clicks. All right. I'm going to get out of here. It's been a hell of a ride. This is really weird not having any slides, not having a topic. But I had a lot going on, and I was just like, you know what? I think we can go on and not have a topic. We made it 3 hours. There was more than enough stuff to talk about. And I'm glad to hear that a lot of you guys are really on board with doing, a telethon for 36 hours, and that you guys would be willing to come on and help me in any ways that I'm going to need. Because again, it's going to be difficult to go 36 hours or maybe even more. I'll probably end up taking that Monday off just so I have time to recuperate. But either way, all right, I'm going to get out of here. This Thursday, I'm having Michael from Toy Habits on. I think it's going to be a good one. Again, a lot of people don't know about Michael. They don't know anything about his personal life. And again, I only get his personal if someone wants to get. They do a wonderful show. My hope is that he's willing to talk a little bit about Toy Habits and how it started and what happened between him and Larry. No one needs gory details if things were awful between them. Just kind of like, hey, what happened and how did it lead to having the Toy Sorceress as his co-host? Because I think they have wonderful chemistry. So, also, as I mentioned, Ed, Matthew, if you guys can drop the link to your channels, I want you to go over there, subscribe to their channels if you haven't yet. They're both doing great jobs, and they're doing 2 different types of content. All right. Action Fig and Mr. Wonderful and Travis, they're talking about more independent toy companies and what's going on. Matthew Madsen and Pop Blender, they are talking about pop culture stuff. So go over there, subscribe to both those. Also, check out Aaron the Toy Enhancer. Try and wiggle him in there some way. I cannot ever make Aaron the Toy Enhancer a moderator because I can't have 3 moderators all fighting for time slots at the exact same time on the same day. Not that I'm looking for a 3rd moderator. I'm just saying. Anyway, thank you guys all. Quickly, I'm going to go over to my son's thing. He's no longer a birthday boy, but he went from 1 subscriber to 29 subscribers. So 28 difference. Thank you guys very much. I love the love that you guys all show for everyone. Honestly. And thank you, Ed. This is Aaron the Toy Enhancer. And if you don't know the story, I was just on YouTube one day, and his little channel at the time popped up, and he was doing a video, and I just said, hey, you know what? Good job. Keep up the good work, right? And he started following me from there. And from there, he tried to Kathy Bates me at his house before Joe Fest, but I was able to get out of there and get to Joe Fest before. No misery for this guy. But yeah, just that's how you do it. Little comments can lead to a friendship for life, for something as little as just saying, hey, you know what? Good job. Keep up the good work making videos. Because I'm not a huge channel, but I know where I'm at. And sometimes someone sees that and they may perceive me to be a big channel. And like I said, YouTube is big enough for all of us. Even the assholes we don't like. Because there's stuff for everyone. Aaron the Torrent says, Papa Punk took my hand and led me in the path of righteousness. I do my best. All right. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys all very much. Again, this Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Same time that I start this, Michael from Toy Habits will be on. And it better be a good one, or else I'm going to have to yell at Michael and say, hey, how do you have so many people that subscribe to your show and you suck? Just kidding, Michael. All right, guys. Have a great night.